said it, I'm never going to go against anything
the ball of TW guarantee, you know? He guarantees 64.
The other game literally feels like a 50-50 to me. It's going to come down to individual form, to what maps we play. But both G2 and Vitality looked absolutely peak in their last game. So, I mean, that could have been
according to her.
I'm just going to say, Saver was barely appearing during the group stage, and I think that he's going to be locked in.
I'm just letting you know. I'm ready for that game. Okay, we're going to the breach. All right, folks. It is now time for the playoffs. We have 4 teams remaining, and you couldn't ask for 4 better squads. EDG versus T1, Team Vitality versus G2. Day 6 of Masters Bangkok starts right now.
Kan sudah nyampe Bangkok ya? Apa emang jadi Bangkok?
Vitality are the first squad in the playoffs. After falling at 5 global events before, it's gotta feel so good to qualify to the playoffs.
Going into the next stage, we don't care at all about the stakes or how important the games are. The opponents might be stronger, but every game here is tough.
We've got a lot of experience with them in the offseason. I think their whole roster has potential to take over any round, but when you look at my team, people say the same exact thing.
Oh ya, mending kita tunjukin prediksi gua sebelumnya.
Thanks of us, we will just play our own games and we'll keep getting stronger throughout the tournament.
Kicks shuts it down.
We're not going to respect them, but they're going to respect us.
Oh, he's got 2! Donasi! Making up for the mistakes!
If we play our own game and we do the things that we're good at, we're gonna beat anyone on any day.
일단 저희가 로스터를 변경하고 나서 결승전도 퍼시픽 결승전도 최초로 진출했었고 지금 마스터즈 국제 대회에서도
ini bukan bias, ini namanya
저희가 이 기세를 힘입고
trust, ini namanya
저희가
trust.
지금 점점 더 잘해지고 있다고
Karena kemarin gua sedikit bias dan lolos beneran tebakan gua nih. G2, Vitality, EDG, T1, tapi ada beberapa yang gua nggak tebak sih. Lupa gua, lupa nebak juga.
이전에 T1과는 좀 다른 팀이기 때문에 멤버도 다르고 쓰던 전략 같은 것도 다르다고 생각해서
gua nebak ini tuh
지금의 T1을 상대하게 된다면 각오하시는 게 좋을 겁니다.
Ya pokoknya intinya gini rada bias tapi oke. Weh, this is the best team in Korea now.
现在应该是国内最好的5人组，甚至是世界上。我没有觉得有哪一支队伍可以战胜全盛时期的 EDG， 迎接我们的全力一击吧。
And here we go as T1 makes their way out through the crowd here in Bangkok.
Oh, satu ya kalau playoff.
Against the world champions, a big opportunity for this Pacific squad to shock the world and be able to send the championship squad to the lower bracket. But the question is, do they have the ability to do so?
People rated T1 the bottom team in this tournament. Now they're here in the playoffs. They're facing off against the world champ.
Oh boy, and look at that.
Kangkang semangat banget ya.
Making their way out. And Kakuka, the energy in this venue, absolutely electric. Holy crap.
He cannot wait to face the rest of the team. He wanted to greet everybody on the stage. He's feeling it. He's on point. He's already warmed up and ready for the challenge.
And you saw that confidence in the last match from EDG. making it cleanly here to the playoffs. But there's a lot of questions in this series around map vetoes. Yeah, because both squads ban Abyss as their perma. And I think whichever team elects to do that is going to be put at a disadvantage in the veto and will allow their opponent to target ban.
I would love to see the fracture, please. I would love to see the fracture. Probably the best map for T1 that we've seen so far in the tournament. I want to see Gangan on the knee back again.
I want to, going to that Abyss point, I'm curious to see if they played a good old-fashioned game of chicken. Who's going to blink first? And that is really good. It was T1 that blinked first.
It makes a lot of sense because since EDG made it as the quote-unquote first seed coming into playoffs, they decided to be Team B. So you put T1 in the position of you ban first. And if you do not ban the Abyss, we've been changing all the compositions we've been playing the Euro. Are you sure you want to leave that open?
And the implication of that is that EDG gets to kick T1's best map out of the pool. I think the picks are a little interesting though. T1 heading into the split here. Last time we saw this one for EDG, they were playing a very
Who's the best team in
KO
Korea now?
breach comp from other teams, but with no Sentinel and with the Jet instead of the Raze. They're yet to lose on that one, but I wasn't super impressed with what we saw from T1 back in Pacific. They're yet to play this map here at Masters Bangkok though.
Exactly, that is also very important. We've spoken about the changes. A team like DRX that, you know, stayed just in groups, did change every composition. Maybe T1 has something prepared. And do not forget, that match was extremely evened out. It was an 18-16 overtime.
Remember, there was 2 days off since the group stage, even more for T1, and they have a new comp for us.
Dude.
Double duelist.
Dude, oh, this is good. I want to see what Izu can do in those backlines with the Yoru. That's going to be quite fascinating. But yeah, this is going to be good.
It's not new. They played it in the region. It's just that they swapped back into the chamber, but they want to revisit. They want to have a little bit more of what we had on Pearl the other day with Izu on this Euro. And it's been so effective for them playing the double duelist. Why would you steer away from that?
Most teams have been playing the breach and the KO with the Yoru. They elect for the Fade instead. But with sound denial ideas on the Seas, on the ult, there's interesting Yoru combos there. And I'm very excited to see if they have what it takes to take on the champs.
Well, folks, the stage is set. We're all ready to go. And let's send it over to your casters. It's my Pacific brothers from another mother. You got Achilles and Paperton on the call.
Thank you very much, GB. Yes, here we are. Everything you and I familiar with both of these teams. Very, very familiar. Last time we got to cast EDG was as they qualified forward into that grand finals. They went on to win at Champions last year. Right now, we're looking to qualify forward, stay in this upper bracket. Themselves into another one.
Absolutely, this is the team to beat right now. It feels like they are clicking in every phase of the game. You know, going back and doing some VOD review, there's a lot of dimensions to EDG right now. They can come at you fast, and they will try to test you early sometimes, or they'll spread the map. But this is looking pretty similar to their last pistol on this against Team Liquid. A little bit of mid-pressure, try to lurk up towards A, try to get control of that rope position. But Izu already a bit ahead of it, and they're already reinforcing with the Fade as well. So we'll try to talk about this comp change a little bit for T1 as this goes on.
Actually spotted Izu out, but it takes time to clear it. Crash away, still is going to be nearby there on the site. Sylvan on the peak. Tagged up a bit down to 73.
Carpe nggak main ya?
Even more fire.
Carpe itu apa sih? Kok gue jadi lupa sih Carpe siapa?
Sylvan way back behind the screen.
T1 kan?
That was just some noise being created. T1 reading it pretty well. Got Buzz leaning in towards A, although he's making a move towards the other side. Smoggy still trying to create distraction as he can in mid, but really Izu's first contact doesn't go well.
Taking down nobody. Drawing first blood here of the map.
Kok bolong sih?
Similarly falls to the wayside. Hong Kong able to come away with the kill. A little bit of damage through the two players, but
gila.
fishing gloves out of the smoke. Sight now wide open for the taking, and Sylvan gets dropped. EDG looking for a flawless pistol, not gonna find it. His Meteor get a nice little lurk timing, but if he swings the corner, he will meet his demise. And EDG will be the opening round.
Yeah, this is something that I think might surprise some people with EDG, is they're very patient on this attacker side on split. Against Team Liquid, they're really happy to spread the map, take their time, try to isolate some of these fights, and they're so clean right now. Their accuracy is through the roof. Every single player on this squad is fragging out of control. And those ghosts paying dividends for EDG to start. T1 though, see if they can rebound there. A smile from Sylvan, so nobody too concerned about that round just yet. And I mean, I'm very curious about Meteor on the Viper, but that didn't
Wah,
go so good again
gila,
for
langsung
Izu.
phantom.
Well, just trying to take some space here, maintain some control.
Full shot lagi, gokil ya.
Rest it away from them.
Langsung kaya gitu. Oh, Ghost dia ngambil sih ya, bukan Ghost. Ghostnya si Izu tadi ya.
Dax gets taken down. Buzz desperately wanting someone to push him into the smoke here, but like you said, EDG playing this patiently. And
What?
going fishing. Once again, getting rewarded. Meteor will be able to find one stop, another flawless, but EDG overall very cleanly carry forward their weapons. They start things off 2-0 here on Split.
Yeah, and even though this is somewhat the way that EDG will play on this side, the other thing they like to do, if they're going to go for fast hits, a lot of times it's B. They'll go just into garage and cut down that backside lane to try to clear that while fighting from the ground into heaven. And maybe they send one lurker up, but
Di turnamen gitu ya. Gua ngintip lu yang hancurin. Gak ada tuh di rank bawah.
But in general, they spread the map. They're willing to take their time. They're willing to find those fights and set themselves up in favorable situations.
Semua orang nembakin
And patience
fade
pays
scan
off
aja.
again for them. Let's see what T1 can respond with now. Full rifles in hand. It's the bonus for EDG. Tap there. Hong Kong wants those blades. Absolutely, he will pop those right away with that Spectre to back it up.
The entry here. Izu taking down one, traded out here.
Ah,
Kong just runs down stacks.
kok Toto kamu pakai spek?
Spectre in hand. Comes away with the kill, gets a weapon upgrade. T1 now very much on the back foot. Buzz tagged down 12. Drone spotting out Meteor. Only a second. Play off this one, cheat shoot. Making a bit of this damage, forcing the open. Buzz able to collect one. Spawn Keller here on the corner, has nobody in behind. 2 more kills and Buzz just have to drift away. Whisper on the wind as EDG converts this bonus. A 3-0 start on T1's pick of Split.
Yeah, and right now, this comp change isn't going so well for T1. Izu, the desk was highlighting him, a phenomenal Yoru. Yeah, they might catch him here, you're right.
Nice to it. Foggy.
Nice banget dapat.
Buzz has managed to
Apa
come away
buang
with
aja
another
duitnya
minor
berkurang.
consolation. Bonus conversion here for EDG absolutely stings for T1.
Yeah, they're winning in these opening duels, and like I was saying, Izu, yes, very good at Yoru typically, and it's not like he hasn't played it on this map, but you know, you can see some of the discomfort in him. He is able to win that opening duel this time, but it's
Boy, sampah bae, dilariin
paranoia
nila.
onto stacks, forces him to fight up close and personal, and Kong's just too fast for him. There you go, at least Buzz gets the consolation, but EDG
Smoky marah apa gimana itu?
really in control right now, being really patient behind this Viper utility.
Spotter, this is all a bit of a ruse here as Sylvan tries to sell this, but EDG are not really biting. They do get forced away. Izu gets a couple of damage though. Down to 49. Tell EDG very suspicious about this corner.
They've been doing their homework.
Semenjak ada
Really well prepared,
semenjak
even with the
ada
age comp
Theo,
change.
kagak ada yang pakai sentinel di map
Really
ini.
fooled them too much. Trying to figure out if there's going to be any lurks, any pushes. So far though, T1 happy to play it a little bit more passive. They can gum up the works a bit. There's no information on the other side of the map, so EDG has to wait this out a little bit. Check sewers, check their spawn, make sure that nobody's coming through that way. That's definitely something a player like Meteor will do to you. Got to be aware.
Pushing toward the tailwind in. Izu able to find one, but then gets full flash taken down by nobody. For one thing so far, but Meteor now dropping as he tries to swing out from the heaven.
Ay,
The site gets busted open.
30 seconds left.
Realistically down here, Buzz just trying to disrespect the snake bite, walk over and find a timing. Cannot do so. He falls, stacks will follow soon.
wah gila kuat banget mereka Cok.
EDG. Move up 4-0 to start.
They're just so clean right now. Any kill that's found is immediately traded
OP.
for EDG. They're just really on the ball, really on point, and this is what a championship team looks like. The communication, the coordination, the map awareness is all there for them right now. Definitely going to be thinking about a timeout here as T1 because this is not going to plan, and you're getting beat up at the point of attack in particular. And then you're just kind of walking in one by one, giving EDG some of these duels, and they're happy to take them because they are way too good in the moment.
Kaya banget ya.
Very necessary timeout call here
Wajib sih.
from the birthday boy, Coach Autumn.
That's right, it is Autumn's birthday.
Well, I think this is not quite the start to the series that he would have wanted. His birthday wishes, so that's why we see the timeout call. Try to rectify things, to realign, back on track. Saw a glimmer of it before the timeout screen come up. Izu contemplating bringing the operator now into round 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be an important piece of the puzzle here for them to get their footing on this defensive side and really take over this half. They need to get Izu fired up. We saw what he could do on Pearl. We saw that tremendous 4K he had that started off with those 2 great op shots into a dimensional drift.
Kita lihat Izu do some magic. Like that. Oh.
Does have the blades.
Yeah, nobody did that on Red,
feels
right?
like it. You never know he's going to pull those out. He just sometimes just it's on a whim, and very, very good, of course. One away from an Armageddon as well for nobody. So some important ults coming into cycle potentially in this round. An aggressive push out of A. So they're ready with the breach utility. Simon is chilling. They're anticipating this. They're so ready for this push out or EDG. They expected that to be a little bit more aggressive with the op, and they were ready to set up the trap, but so far T1 was just clearing the corner enough to plant Izu in a position.
Stack it mid here.
Yah! Gila! Oh, Kakang may OP dong.
Operator on the floor. It's a little bit of spam damage to the smoke. Was now dead at ramp. Smoggy narrowly survives with 16 HP, and Kong now deep past screens has backup.
Nice.
It'll find one, but instantly the trade is there.
Oh, ini nggak bisa anjing.
Back around, Smoggy still holding his own. His stacks will fall. Meteor just gets picked off right here in main.
Gimana caranya, Cok? Jago banget, ay. Susah. Jago banget.
They're just getting beat. I mean, it's just a good fault line. And Kong's so swift to react again. It's the coordination, it's the communication that EDG brings. So fast to follow up off of that. There's no time to react for Izu. Tries to get out. And then again, you know, okay, Sylvan finds that kill. That's great. There's somebody there to trade right away.
Dapat OP dong.
And T1, I think, needs to
Oh, nggak diambil.
give up a little bit of space, play a bit more for retake. These early aggressive positions that they're taking are just getting destroyed.
Ini TP buat apa anjir?
You need to change the pace. You need to change this map a little bit to get EDG off balance. Right now, they're walking the tightrope with ease.
Play this quiet, having to play this more patiently. 3 players here. Focus over the mid. Slowly backing away, leaving Kong. Meantime, they'll throw out and try to just check around towards this B site. Reposition Sylvan has to come through.
Double stack that one. Look at these salvos. Sylvan's gonna try to reposition. I like this.
Himself back into this corner once again. I'm starting to tick away. 45 seconds remaining here in the round. EDG liking what they've seen around mid, around B. So once again, just rotate over towards that A site. Izu here on his lonesome. Trying to slow them down on this approach. 30 seconds remaining. That rope has been earned. Relays there. Not gonna back off. Dale went forward. Stacks gonna come on.
What the hell?
Still so snappy with it. Finds one. Flashes up above around the top of the screen.
Dapat anjir.
Wow. Fadeaway shot on Simon. Kong is still wreaking havoc.
Ya,
Tries to
nggak
hit
dapet
that one, but cannot. Was, however, arriving. Takes down one. Doesn't realize it's getting hit from behind. Sylvan now with everything.
Tapi dia
Cannot stop this plan.
gokil ya. Saving bisa nge-kill sebanyak ini.
Extremely difficult for Sylvan. No
Dia
guns
tadi kagak
available.
nge-kill gen
Able to clear this
full
corner.
full item anjing.
The elbow Chichu.
Swing out. Ready for the instant
Jangan
trade.
ngintip
Sylvan
Cicu.
just hit this shot.
Nice.
Finds the first one. But did he see the jiggle? He did not.
Aduh.
It's a solid attempt, but Chichu will ensure that EDG continue the streak.
He's so
KP
good,
kenapa
man.
ngapain ya?
He's just unbelievable this event. So clutch. Every time you need him to
Kong
step up, it
gila
feels
ya,
like Chichu's
orang.
good for it. Kong is just flying around the map right now. It is just full-on W key for him. He is just running and gunning with that Phantom and knocking T1 players down. There is not much that they've been able to do That was one of their better
Bantai,
rounds, and I appreciate the way that T1 played that. They gave up that extra space. They let EDG come towards the site before they tried to spring their trap. It's one of these B hits. Sylvan, like he's going to be under a lot of pressure.
Again, forcing some space over towards mid.
Ya, gimana mereka?
Not realizing he's not in the clear, gets taken down. That's just another devastating start. Round after round here, T1 finding no advantages.
Planted.
Emang sih prediksi gue kalah tapi nggak sebantai ini juga kali. 06 cok. Angkot kali. 06.
Want to recommit back into this one.
I don't think they will. I'd just save at this point.
Mas kenapa itu?
Call has been made. Hawkeye said, let's go on the hunt. The answer will be no. EDG just play this out flawlessly and will be able to do so. 7-0 on the attacking side here on split.
Gila,
the blows keep coming in T1. They are not keeping themselves on their feet.
Oh, this is
gila ya.
It's absolutely brutal for T1. No other way to cut it. Championship quality EDG is showing up. I mean, we've already seen a couple 13-0s from them this year. Hasn't been on this map. So far, they are completely in cruise control. There's going to be a bunch of ults for T1 in the next round there. Oh, it went down into the bottom underneath the rope and flipped across it, yeah. Meteor thought he had escaped it. Just had a little bit of extra oomph down in the bottom there and caught him.
Well, you see the wide shot. Can only mean one thing. No, not a tech pause. Lauren's not here right now, but it's another timeout call.
Yep, has to be.
7-0. T1 throwing everything now at this. No more interaction going to be allowed unless EDG decide to use their own timeouts. But right now, why the hell would they?
I mean, the first kills have to be through the roof for EDG right now. I mean, there's been a few where T1 got the first kill and then it was immediately traded. I think it was one, and then it was just immediately traded. I mean, there is just nothing that they can get going. EDG is so crisp, so fast, so furious.
The analyst was talking about it. You can't find that round win, that rallying point. How are you supposed to bring the energy up? How can Buzz be that hype guy? Right. How can he get the ball rolling for the rest of the team? EDG right now are just making it absolutely impossible. T1 come into this though, another operator. As 4 ultimates are available.
Kayaknya nggak efektif deh buat duelist kalau di defender ya. Kalau taker gue nggak tahu dah.
Question: can T1 get to a point in the round state they can actually utilize them?
Right. It's so tricky. Being so smart with their movement, avoiding this op. It's like nobody knows exactly what's going to happen after these timeouts. Coaching staff has done such a good job preparing EDG, even with the comp changes, the tendencies that T1 has been playing with. There goes that Blade Storm.
The knives are popped up and over the top. There's the flash. The blind goes through. Kitaki gets out of damage, but still able to stick the landing.
Oh gila, berharap parah gua.
To the shorty. Stax gets obliterated. Buzz trade at the same time there at tower. Showstopper not getting any eliminations. Once again for T1 in this position. How do you try to get out? Simon Tucker in the corner does get hit by that paranoia. Izu's able to find one.
Still have the Rolling Thunder though.
They're just fully entrenched and ready to send this. Not going to be taken down. Looks like that will convince him to go ahead and send the Rolling Thunder.
Masuk dia.
Minor consolation, but Simon reads it absolutely gorgeously.
Dapat OP nggak? Aduh.
Swoops in, finds it off once again.
Kapan mati dah Izu?
Round once again lost. EDG are absolutely running away with this.
And the util
ini nomor telepon bro 08.
Just isolate Stax. Gave him everything there. The fault line, the paranoia, and then Stax is just blind and stunned. What can you do? Kong's coming up and over you, forget it. He's not going to give you those opportunities. They looked like maybe they'd found a way in, found an op pick, found a kill, but that Rolling Thunder in the back pocket is going to be in your mind. When is that going to come out? You're going to press that advantage. Spectres being bought here.
Cakep banget Izu.
Nice opening pick for Izu though. Gets out cleanly.
He didn't really kill. No though. 2 Spectres behind. T1, so firepower is still fairly weak, but swing onto the corner. Izu's going to be good for a second. As he traded out, Smoggy able to find 1 meteor. It's way there in the corner.
Please dapat meter.
Aduh! Doesn't have a hope in hell. Smoke going to be participating here in heaven. Snakebite coming down to try to slow up Buzz. Smoggy is just ripping people to shreds. All of this chaos is happening in heaven. Smoggy is sending T1 to hell. 9-0 now.
Wah, gila kalau 13-0 kacau, Cok.
This is the round for T1. It's like, okay, we can do it this time, but I'm a bit confused why Izu doesn't pop his ultimate here. After he gets 2 kills, I think it's totally worth it to go for the dimensional drift, try to get the info on where the rest of the players are, and set up for that. And then Meteor drops down, he's stuck in a corner, tries to fight things out, has no help. The help of
Spectre.
Yeah.
Ngintip loh.
Enough to say very much. Just afford to buy one. They have plenty of cash. Zero hope for T1 to try to drain the coffers. Maybe zero hope for them to get
wah, udahlah anjir. Gila, Cok.
Hits another incredible shot.
Masa 13-0 anjing.
Coming into play.
Wah,
stres. Trying to see what reaction they can get out of T1. EDG realizing, oh, so over a minute remaining on the clock.
Yeah, not all the time in the world.
In the sight. Open. Flashed up. Simon keeps him at bay. Off shot going to be going wide. Smoggy able to find 1. Buzz, however.
Jago banget ya orang kalau pegang OP.
Sylvan doing his damnedest.
Ini orang kalau pegang OP serem banget dah.
Go ahead and cut him down to size 10-0. There's not been a 13-0 on the global stage.
Please jangan.
It's Gambit versus Team Secret at 2021.
Please jangan buat sejarah.
Where the VCT really began. Right now, we might be witnessing new history in the making.
I mean, it's just incredible what they're able to do. And because they're able to take that site so early, they have
rencanain sesuatu,
and they know what the economy is like for T1. It's bad, and they can drag an extra, gun, an extra half shield out of them by just being patient.
Masih nyoba OP lagi. Oh gila sih mereka ini.
Just have to be in awe of what this EDG team is capable of at their best. They can destroy anyone. They weren't kidding. In their pre-show video.
Hard to disagree. Crossfire going to be broken up a bit. Stacks finally gets himself on the board with an elimination here.
Cakep.
Meteor pushing forward.
Please jangan 13-0, please.
Advantage now found for T1 for the first time in this map. Tap of the plan. Nobody over towards ramp, but still audio.
Yes, please.
Find him. Now it all comes down to Simon. Was a miracle worker for them in the past when they made their run to become champions.
Alhamdulillah. Deg-degan loh gua.
Maybe starting to come alive, is able to find the round here for his squad. T1, they will not join the records there of Team Secret at global events. They will not go down without a fight. They get 1 round win so far in the half.
Yeah, and I like this a lot from T1. Give up that little bit of extra space and then set up the trap and spring it into action. A good paranoia from Sylvan connects, and then they know that they have Chichu stuck right by the rope. They're able to punish him, play a little back and forth by the box, use that Viper toxic screen as well. They brought in
tebakan gue 13-4 atau 13-5.
finally getting some value out of it.
Ini last round ya?
You're able to
wah, ngeri banget lagi Kangkang megang OP.
Guardian, regen shield. You have a Viper's pit, or Meteor. See what they want to do with that. You have the pit as well. EDG, so you can get into that post plant with Chichu alive. Make it all the more difficult. Meteor's gonna just send him in and they're gonna challenge it.
Yep.
Wow!
Meteor dead.
Gila, ini orang benar-benar.
Kang immediately removes
He's fearless.
that pit from the equation.
Absolutely fearless. Gotta love
Gila
that.
itu orang, Cok.
He's bold and he's certainly damn on point right now. Spotted there from the stealth drone. There's timing, Sylvan having to tuck back away. The paranoia does slow the tide here for the moment. He and Buzz getting completely and utterly surrounded.
Oh!
Nice transfer on the Guardian. Sylvan able to find two. Chichu going to be taken out at the same time as Stacks. Labs in heaven. However, still, Snappy Whip finds the first, cannot find the second. And now it's down to nobody. Prowling from heaven. There's the location of one. Finds the other. And once again, Stacks there to bail them out in the round. 10-2, however, EDG so far out in front.
It's hard to imagine that T1 can come back from this. This EDG squad came to play, 2 days off, no problem at all.
Stacks and Buzz, they have done it before. That series versus Billy, but I don't know, something different about this one here today. We'll see what happens when we come back from the break.
Had it with your old phone? We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any old phone for iPhone 16 Pro on us, on any plan. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all three on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Cok, bantai ini.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Tapi harusnya attacker dapat poin lah, nggak mungkin 13-2 ini. Di sini buy ya.
Beri kejutan dengan takjil kekinian Nutella.
Bikin takjil yuk, pakai Nutella. Seru, tara.
We are back and about to go into the second half. This opening map of Split. As you can see from the scoreline, it has not been going T1's way. EDG dictating pretty much every single moment of this half so far. T1, a monstrous run back needed, as this is their map pick. Bind is on the horizon. All they have favored themselves on that map in the past. It's not been going their way.
No, this is a must-win pistol. There's no other way to cut it.
Ya, harus menang
This is where
sih.
that double duelist comp needs to shine. Where you need to get Izu and Buzz really fired up, really start kicking indoors, just like we saw Kong Kong on the other side of the map. 16 kills so far for Kong Kong. Leaves 7 deaths. It's been absolutely electric. The man just continues to impress. No matter the game, no matter the stage. Izu will find a little bit of space. No challenge, just a fault line to stall. It's Kong Kong. Timing. Sylvan.
Goes for the push. Sylvan covering fire, able to find one, but Simon guns down 2 here on the site. Sylvan swooping out onto the rafters. Just managed to trade it back, trade it up. Player advantage down here for the side of T1. Here, catching a straight headshot, nobody up from Garage. Gets rid of Stacks. It looks so good for a brief little moment, and then it all falls to pieces. Another pistol to EDG. And now we're up by 9 rounds.
Ini nggak mungkin gila, ini nggak mungkin comeback, Cok.
That's all there is to it right now.
Kalau comeback di map ini menang nih, gua streaming satu minggu, Cok. Maksudnya tiap hari tuh streaming, bukan nggak berhenti ya.
And they're coming at you from different angles. They're winning the shots. They're hitting their heads. Those ghosts are so potent in their hands. And now you've got to buy here. As T1, you have to. There's no choice. So it's going to be a mix of different guns. Hodgepodge. Yeah, the mishmash, the hodgepodge, the bits and bobs. Everything in the kitchen sink for T1 in this round.
Paranoia flash in was on the entry.
Yes!
And narrowly gets that elimination. Managed to hold on to his life here for a little bit longer, but Meteor on that flank. Stave off the wraparound. It's being picked apart. Shock out the ready. Clear any angles here for them. Sylvan trying to hold things here at the drop. Kong swings the corner, finds one. And in the blink of an eye, all of Stax' team is dropped around him. Push onto the corner, classic in hand. Kong will not allow for the force buy to find purchase. EDG get themselves up to map point.
Just the coordination again and the timing. Been hammering at this map for a reason on the broadcast because they are so good at it. Okay, a good entry here. It looks like there might be an opportunity. But look how clean he is with that stinger. And then they're all coming out of those smokes together. They're all pushing these angles together. And then they swing from different angles to just eliminate stacks and frustration from the IGL of T1. For sure. Anybody would be frustrated here. You want to just get a few more rounds underneath your belt here as T1. See if you can get that blood flowing. See if you can get that aim under control. Because EDG is just demolishing you. Period. End of story.
One to press. At this point, it's less about can we get ourselves back into this map here? Can we make a run back and take this to overtime? It has to be. Can we get ourselves online for that second map bind?
Exactly.
Nobody looking for a timing. Drifts across. Self-disguised for the moment. How far does he pursue? Salvin trying to flush him out into the open. Meteor, however, able to win out the fight. Information on the two players still playing here at lobby. Nobody pushing up into the smoke. Meteor catches a good timing, catches a kill. Starting to take away, but Chichu, ever present, finds one.
Tahan aja, Zumba, please tahan aja. Jangan diintip, please. Please.
Around main. When they flush open the site, the answer's gonna be no.
Oh my fucking god, Chichu!
And nearly gets himself an ace to bring this to a conclusion.
Tahan, super bas, tahan tuh.
Not on their side this round.
Nice.
Unwinnable for EDG.
Nice
They
banget.
cannot bring it to an end. But my god, Chichu
Chichu orang gila,
nearly
emang.
closes it out.
Chichu Kangkang udahlah. Pisahin mereka berdua,
He
Cuk.
has just been incredible this tournament. A lot of people would say best player at the event, and that right there is why, folks. This is destruction. Chichu, nasty transfers. Oh me, oh my.
Absolutely robotic in the aim. And yeah, for nobody on the opposite side of the stage, I think it's going to be a pretty easy round to shrug off. Still have 9 chances to close this out before you even have to worry about overtime.
Look at this. Trying to set up a trap play.
Isu in front of this, but nobody still
Bisa kalah gitu sih.
gets the kill and they just get out scot-free.
One of those iterations of the Breach Teho combo that you're going to see a lot on this map.
Kong the headshot. Tailwind's forward. He wants a fight. He wants to scrap, but there's no one there.
And why not?
Take the beating.
Why not? Love it.
Oh, instead he back away. Chichu on the repeat. Knocked down to 3 HP. Has to slow up the approach. Kong, however, getting behind, but timing a little bit off for him. Draws back over to the Sheriff Buzz. Stunned up. Flushed out into the open. Into Kong's welcoming arms. And it is not on a buy round that EDG will bring this to a conclusion. They look to do it with one hero Bulldog and some Sheriffs. Sylvan swings the corner, is able to find one. Needs 3 more of those. The weapons have been recovered. Firepower in the hands of EDG. Getting stronger and stronger. Sylvan just rejoining the squad, needing to ace clutch to keep them in the map. Avoids the fault line, swings back, finds one. Sylvan will bail them out.
Gila.
good maps, and this is his best moment yet. An ace at the international level for Silva. Insanely well played there. The timings able to work and isolate one player after another. The ult there. EDG has to spread the map. They're not sure if he's gone to the other side. They're not sure if he's gone B. He sticks A and he's able to catch Kong out. Looks like that was done. Viper's Pit gonna be used in mid here. No challenge just yet from T1. They don't have a jet to just dash in there with knives and knock the Viper out.
Meteor, they continue on this chase. They managed to successfully tuck out.
Stack's gonna read this push though from Kong.
Question for now. Slowly creeping forward. Kong, however,
dapat spike lagi dia.
More aware, a little bit faster. It's a spike now. From the back alleys of split, Izu able to find one. Simon going to be taken down. Flash out. Kong desperately
one hit.
Trying to play elusively, but Sylvan on the pinch is able to find the kill.
Nobody harus balik sih.
3v3 now is nobody. Hacking away, the rotation starting to come through. Chichu having to abandon the pit. Smashing their heads. Spotted. Go for the jiggle, but Gunfire will confirm presence.
Salvo's in a snake bite here.
Push out of the smoke.
Nice.
Double face it. Izu able to find one. Nobody going to be taken down.
30 seconds left.
Really nice there. An attempted delay from Chichu, but not much he can do there.
Trying to slow it up, but now getting out of their hands here. Double wrap around down the ramp here in towards main. Everyone from T1 situated on the site. Bringing out Izu. Spotted out, flashes up over the top. Chichu, however, able to find one. Sylvan going to be taken down. This is a 1v1. It seems like Smoggy knows exactly where Izu is TP2. Does he read that he's already pushed up into the site? Taps the spike. Swings out of the smoke. And they're missing each other somehow, some way. Smoggy's starting to get a read on it. It bounces in. Oh. Does he have the time?
Gak ada waktu.
That spike is erupting.
Yeah!
This map is continuing. 12-5, T1. 7 rounds in a row.
Oh boy. Still a massive hill to climb for T1. And this is such a cute little play there. To set up that distraction, use the salvos to clear meter out of sewers so Kong can push towards spawn. And then they're able to set up that crossfire at the sewer exit. T1 does a nice job. Izu has a good flash to bail them out.
Gak apa,
Quick
itu
reactions from Sylvan.
bagus banget si Izu nungguin dalam smoke itu anjing. Kalau dia push keluar, ada waktu tuh dia ke defuse aja.
And look, these last couple of rounds,
Ini sih, time
all
out.
that T1 really needed to get back into this series. Sometimes it just takes a couple, that big ace, that big moment that gets the blood pumping. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. It's hard to imagine with the way that EDG looks today that anybody in this tournament's beating them. But you never know.
They've at least gotten a minor victory and drawing out a timeout. First one here from EDG. Allowing for some further conversation from the T1 coaching staff as well. 3 rounds in a row so far. Still even at that halfway mark to running this back.
Yeah, we got a lot of ults to toy around with here as T1. Do have the Rolling Thunder for EDG. Guns be a little bit scrappy on both sides. Obviously there were some forces along the way for T1. So they've got a couple Guardians. Seen some impact plays from the Guardians from both sides. It's gonna be Kong with that Guardian himself. It's a scary proposition there for T1, but they're able to dodge the damage.
Flush it back, but now the double push. You're into the triple rather as Meteor's able to find one. Smoggy on the peak. Sheriff shot to the skull of Meteor. Does shut him down, but Showstopper and a nice shot from Stacks. Continue to open up the round. Kong now. The last one standing.
Gak mungkin kan Kong kelat 1-1-4.
Not brought forward. Once Kong peeks into the site, it will be his last. 12-6.
It feels like T1 now starting to understand some of this push and pull that EDG is trying to create on the map. You called it out perfectly, man. They use these salvos to force them over to Ramen to try to push them into Kangkang's push out with the Guardian towards mid, and their reaction is to send a Dimensional Drift, get the information early, so they're way more prepared for this. Buzz can be ready with the Showstopper. They can be holding that angle around the corner. Things like this, T1 needs a lot more of, but it's a good thing that they're starting to finally feel themselves a little bit. You only had to use 2 ults there. Still have a few more. You still have the Nightfall, you still have a Viper's Pit for Meteor. Doesn't look too comfortable on the Viper just yet, but you never know with Meteor. Turn it out at any time. Paranoia, doing back sight. Connected at least on Simon.
Nice, dapat satu. Of that Nightfall. It's meant to find one, get traded back. Kang coming out, finding one, but getting traded. Immediately brought back to parity. 3v3 is Chichu up in a top box. Interrupts the plant, puts stacks down to low HP numbers. In this corner, needing to win out this critical fight. Salvos start to fly. Stacks able to find one. Sylvan going to be taken down. Stacks abandoned here at 18 HP. In a 1v2. The 4K Ripple Punch. T1.
Gila. I thought this is done. I thought this is math. Chichu again looked like he was just gonna knock him out of the park. Kang there with a great timing to slide down. He catches them with util in hand. There's no return fire. But still, they're able to finally find the trade. And then this looks like it's GG go next.
Gila, Cok.
Stacks.
Dapat dibahas nih. Udah panas nih dia nih bahas.
Now you're getting that energy.
Nah kan, udah hype ya.
Before you even get to overtime, so see what T1 can do. Let's see how long they can keep this
lebih
going.
Parah kalau ini comeback, lebih parah daripada G2 TH aja, sumpah. G2 TH 12-3 kan? 12-2.
In these thrifty attempts, a Rolling Thunder also online. Stealth drone sent from nobody crunching out towards me, but Chichu continues to be the final boss! By 3, they come, by 3, they fall! Chichu destroys them all!
He is absolutely just unbelievable.
Wah, udah. Gila sih udah nih. Diadu.
But Simon right there to punish if he oversteps. There he goes.
Oh gila. Nggak mungkin lah udah.
It is not an infinite stock. T1 do well to get themselves to 7.
Cicu lu gila ya.
After a flat opening half, but EDG, the win for them on this map was inevitable. 13-7. They take over.
Bentar. Gila, itu match keren banget sih, tapi gue yakin bentar lagi bakal ada yang nge-clip kayak apa namanya, kayak tense reaction tuh pasti ada nanti nih, atau kita lihat aja reaksi tense langsung, kan lagi live tuh dia. Cari aja langsung. Oh ini dia, ada. Tadi yang pertama tuh Sylvan tuh 12-3 kalau nggak salah.
Oh, sick! 1v5! He moved insane right there. That was 12-3. It was 10-2 at half. It's a big fight. Chichu's aware as fuck, bro. So then trolled. Oh my god! Oh my god! That was actually insane. Holy fuck, with 10 HP? Dude. What the fuck was that? That's
Kemarin si apa namanya, Sentinel Liquid tuh berapa sih? Biasanya cara ngeliat match-matchnya ini deh. Matches. Nggak bisa ngeliat ya, lupa gua. Gue lupa kemarin berapa yang di bind itu. Ini bind itu mapnya T1, harusnya bisa lah ya.
Lee here with Coach Muggle and Luna for translation. Now Coach Muggle, dominant first half. Second half, T1 started to fight back. What did you have to tell the players during the timeout to make sure that you guys closed it out?
其实在上半场的时候，我们其实是非常统治性的一个发挥嘛，但是在下半场的时候可能会对方有一些反击的行为，那你们是如何在暂停的时候，你都对队员说了哪些，做了哪些调整呢？
反击那几分，我觉得就是我们那个大比分了之后有点浪了嘛。然后暂停的那分主要是说这分我们 ECO， 所以目的就是给对面压迫，把对面的大招打出来，然后我们长枪再去用大招应对他们就好了。
Seems like about those points that they fight back, seems like we are a little bit too relaxed after first half. And then about my time out, I just told them we're gonna equal, right? So we're gonna force them to use their art and in our use our guns and to fight with their eagles.
Okay, well, thank you, Muggle, and I'm gonna let you go to keep them focused.
Thank you so much for that, Jen. Well, we'll see, of course. I'm not gonna lie. Look, they had me on the first half. All right, I was believing. I was like, okay, this is gonna be maybe a 13-1. This might not be too good, but then we were starting to see some signs of life there from T1 Kukuka, but unfortunately it came in a little too late.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look right at the bottom of your screen, just in case you just tuned in, the first 10 rounds in a row went for the side of EDG. We were having this discussion about, is this a good map to pick for this matchup? EDG knew exactly what they wanted to do here.
And T1 got exposed on some of their issues on their attack side. I think they really lent into, with this new Yoru pick, putting Izu in forward positions on their A site anchor and then having him teleport back and play the retake. But round after round, he was dying first to these EDG reclears. It happened twice in NA, it happened a couple times outside.
Gagal
sih. Really good, thorough calling from to suss out how this A setup was being played, to get that initial pick, and then just snowball these site hits that they won round after round to get that 10-0 start.
Yeah, exactly. And as we said, this is a combo that they have played in the past and they have played regionally, but Meteor was in the Euro, Izu was in the Viper, and Izu had a lot of experience with the Euro, so this makes a lot of sense, especially after what we saw the other day.
Yeah.
Things were just not merging today. I also think that the way that nobody was playing the pick was super aggressive onto them, and probably T1 did not change the fact that they were playing so heavy onto side that at some point after 7 rounds and 2 timeouts, you'd be like, play retake. I know that the retakes have not been the best part of this event, and some teams are very good at them, but most of them, it's not really the way to. But instead of waiting on side, I think that they should have measured the distance a little bit.
Yeah, and especially against a team like EDG that's so dynamic, they're always going to throw neat looks at you. So if you're really just going back to the comfort, they're going to take advantage of that, right? Now, that being said, while there were some great moments from EDG in that match, there was one moment in particular that we just got to talk about on the T1 side. Your Verizon high-speed moment of the match. It was Sylvan's insane clutch, and I was watching this in real time, and I was like, wait a minute, if he gets the kill on the guy in heaven, this is doable. And then it happened, and it was amazing. And unfortunately, it didn't amount to a win, but you definitely see them get that energy built up again, and it certainly felt like maybe there was a little bit of a life boost for T1 after that.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the reactions after this round from T1. This was a honest 1 versus 5 ace clutch. You never see rounds like this, especially not on a stage of this size. But he just played it perfectly, isolating each of these kills. Perfect crosshair placement to get the picks in the perfect amount of time.
Even the TP, because like you saw all the people, like everyone was going over toward B. They were all convinced they were going B. TP right on A.
That little sight smoke also does so much to confound EDG, right? They think he's going to swing out left or right side, walks up, get the heaven flyer, and then he's pushing through that to isolate 2 more fights. Masterclass in Omen clutches.
Leading in assists per rounds, he also assists himself, you know? But going into that and the clutches, 5 out of the 7 rounds the T1 got in that map were clutches, were 1v1s, down to a 1v5 that we don't usually see. So right now what they need is a refresher of going back to drop of place on this.
Nonchalant banget, so Sylvan.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the maps where we are right now, because
gak peduli deh, gue abis ace, gue gak hype aja. Gue jago, gue udah tau.
We're really on the money. They were missing. They were hitting everything that they wanted to hit. But now we take our attention over toward Bind, and we're going to see T1 on the defense first to kick things off here. But this is going to be EDG's pick, and Mimi, it looks like it could very well lead to a 2-0 if EDG is playing the way that they are.
Yeah, this is a very strong map for EDG. They beat G2 on this one back in the group stage. I think it's looked like one of their strongest maps alongside the Fracture this tournament.
Yeah, could not agree more. All right, folks, let's go ahead and check in with Jen Lee one more again. Standing by with Autumn at a map 2.
Jelly
Hello
lagi.
everyone, welcome back. I'm standing here with T1's Autumn. Now, Coach Autumn, obviously not the best outcome that you hoped for, but we got to see T1 players log online, come online in the second half. So my question is, why the split pick? Because, you know, EDG has been extremely solid on that map for a while, and are you concerned at all with what happened in the first half, especially? 감독님, 일단 선수들이 후반전부터 좀 손이 풀리는 모습이기는 했는데 먼저 EDG가 스플릿을 굉장히 잘하잖아요. 스플릿을 픽하신 이유와 함께 전반전 좀 걱정되는 부분이 있으신지 궁금합니다.
일단 스플릿 픽한 이유는 저희가 원래 연습 때 좋은 그림들이 많이 나와서 특히 수비 때 그 그림을 알고 있기 때문에 자신 있게 픽을 했는데 오늘은 오히려 그거에 집착해서 정반대 스타일을 봤을 때 대응이 늦어져서 좋다 생각을 하고요. 그 말씀하신 대로 다행히 그 12대 2였던 상황에서부터 선수들이 많이 클러치를 만들어주는 거 보고 선수들은 준비가 됐다 생각하고 코칭 스태프들이 좀 더 잘 준비한 대로 도와줄 수만 있다면은 충분히 이길 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Well, yeah, in terms of the split pick, we had great results in our practice and also in our scrims, but I guess we were kind of too fixated on our executes and our strats that when EDG was pulling something that was extremely opposite, you know, that was too different from what we were used to. We weren't able to kind of adapt to that, play it more fluid, and I guess that's why we dropped the first map, but you know, the players seem alright warming up in the second half, and given that the coaching staff guide them in the right way on Bind, I'm pretty sure that we can go into this with confidence and eventually get the win on the second map. Well, thank you, Autumn, and good luck.
Appreciate that, Jen Lee. And here is your agent select. We're seeing the Vice come out here on Bind.
Yeah, exactly. And EDG starting on the attack. They decided the same for split. I think that it favors them a lot. I expect Simon supporting Kankan just running across the map. A lot of those A hits just going across the utility. I think that this is a composition that they understand very, very well, and that nobody taken off completely the Techo. Like, we don't even see Simon playing it anymore. I think it's such the good call.
I love the KO going into another Vice comp. The knife is going going to be super impactful, and I think EDG have a lot of great ideas on how to take extremity control on this map, on top of the explosivity you know and love from the World Champ.
Oh boy, well let's see if we're going to get a map 3 out of this one, or does EDG end it here and now? Let's send it back over to your casters, Achilles and Paperthin.
Thank you very much. A map 3, I think something that everyone here would quite like, unless you're a big EDG fan perhaps, but we started seeing the glimmers in that second
Emang sih
half.
gue predik
T1 players
EDG menang, tapi
they're going to be able to hit that
gue nggak mau kalah 2-0.
We very well may end up on Pearl.
Absolutely. That was the T1 that we've been more used to seeing so far this year. Yes, they've had some shaky maps. Yes, they've had some shaky matches. And against the world champions, you can't afford that, and EDG will punish the hell out of you. See, Autumn there just said that their game plan just wasn't up to snuff coming into that first half of Split. Felt like they were practicing it well. A little bit of damage done to Sylvan. Kong Kong try to clear this angle.
Kok nggak hancurin sih?
Space clears out that close cubby. Izu tucked in, able to find the headshot on the
Cakep
first.
banget Izu. Izu!
Turns back.
Get the ace, bro.
Many players now. You're ready to drop out of hookah, catches a glimpse.
Ah.
Stacks arriving, will be able to go ahead.
Izu!
Pick off one, gets himself involved early this time. Izu with a 4K gets to see one their first pistol win.
Yeah, this is a really nice setup for T1. Little push and pull of their own. That EDG was doing so well against them. Izu just tucks right in underneath hookah. And as soon as the execute comes through, he's pushing forward. And then Stax gets there to rotate in time, help him set up that crossfire. Keep those hookah players from doing any more damage. A monumental pistol round win for T1. They needed that so bad. Things have gone so awry for them in both pistols on Split. Able to send it to 1-2 in the scoreline. Buzz that outlaw.
The glimpse turns from the flash, and Kong Kong swoops in. Sheriff in hand just takes his head off. Sylvan now. Hold the line here. They flash forward.
Oh, what the fuck? Precise game gunplay anjing.
Smoggy taken down. Sylvan, you might want to buy a lottery ticket after this one, son. What a shot. Kong Kong, however, still
Precise gunplay anjir.
Sylvan does get dropped. Bulldog recovered now into the hands of Stax. TP across.
Harusnya Stax tahu dua-duanya di situ.
Push their way out of showers.
Where that outlaw.
Into the open,
Nice.
Chichu will be able to
Nice.
go ahead and scoop up the gun. Keeps them afloat, but still not a bad eco attempt from EDG.
That's such a nice little play there at the end of that. I know EDG doesn't win that round, but they kind of do in a way because they knocked 3 guns out of T1's hands. They only are able to keep 2. But they do recover that outlaw, it looks like, but the way they use that fragment to clear behind the box, and then Simon steps out to set up at least
Bahkan dia
one
ke-blind,
kill.
Cok. Dia
That's
kagak
such
ngeliat.
a nice little coordinated play from EDG, and those are the things that makes them better. Those are the things that propel them to so many wins across so many different levels of competitive Valorant. Izu play a little bit more aggressive at this position. Sees in hand.
Catches the glimpse there, Kong Kong. Again, pushing forward, shoving them back. Trying to go on a bit of a linger here, Meteor.
Kong Kong ngurang
Gonna
darahnya.
be turned
Kena
away
granat sendiri kan?
from hookah. Push over towards main. Orb gets scooped up here. Just trying to get that showstopper online. Re-swing in from Meteor. It's knocked out of the park.
This might open the door for EDG to try to make this B hit go. They're rotating back, thinking about pulling
Sylvan
off.
pakai
T1,
pistol.
assuming that that's the case, is going to try to press.
Nice.
Peek. The reface, Chichu. Able to avoid the damage here. Get one tucked to the side, but they know they have to try and take this fight. Tries to split the difference here, tries to go for the transfer, cannot find that kill. Izu, as they tuck back, will fall. There's Buzz now. Wants to do it all. Swing in, and once again, can't get the shot out. Kong Kong just too swift, gets himself a 3K and gets EDG on the board.
Yeah, this is just a really nice battle for Chichu to win against Meteor. He has at times struggled on the Vice on this map. It doesn't seem like he's really as confident, but we did see him really pick it up on Fracture the last time he played the Vice. So certainly could get it done. But then this is just really nice shot calling again from nobody for EDG. Anticipating that T1 would get aggressive there. Off of the what ended up being a fake fallback just turned into a bit of a pause from EDG. They were able to profit. Now it's rifle v rifle. Big round for T1. Economy's going to be low if they lose this one.
Good point pinging on the 2. Inside by that B teleporter. Backs now, rotating back around. Showstopper looks to open things up. Kong sprinting forward. Showstopper gets sent, plants his feet, draws down, picks out Buzz. Just assassinated in broad daylight.
It's just outrageous.
Max desperately trying to get some kind of angle, some line of sight, but as soon as he swings out, Chichu is there. Now into the 3v5, T1. Likely gonna have to call for a save of the 2 remaining players. Chichu stays alive with 3 HP. Looks for the last. Didn't quite find it. Izu has managed to come away with that, but it's just far too many players remaining, far too many angles to try to clear, and Simon will not give him any opportunity whatsoever. We are tied up at 2-2. EDG starting to rally back.
T1 intentionally gives up the space for Kong to make that entry. They're just saying, if okay, you put up the wall, you know, you're gonna go past it, that's fine. You saw a player up into heaven, and that's just meant to be one of those push and pulls. Kong just wins it. He's just better. And then Chichu just starts knocking players down. 3 HP, expects the repeat. So ready for Meteor, hits the headshot before Meteor can even fire a damn bullet. They're just so good, man. Now you're on
Smiles there on Kong's face.
Yeah. Chomping away on the gum and smiling.
It's just right back to trying to get that next showstopper online. 3 charges towards it. Garden available, but obviously given the weaponry here, wouldn't do too much for Chichu.
Gotta be curious now. Push some of these longer angles. Have the weaponry advantage. Lucky up in hookah. Izu not interested in trying to play close contact there.
Positions.
Oh, what a
Angels
nade.
right here onto Sylvan. He's gonna run out.
What the heck?
Still managed to take down Kong. At decent range, mollying out, trying to slow things down, slow this approach into hookah. So at the same time, just trying to stave them off here at the Garden. So that night bolt goes across, connects on to damn near everyone.
Ngapain ulti orang?
Certainly available.
Mereka saving anjing.
About 40 seconds remaining.
Buzz.
Gonna try to play this out a little bit more patiently, but as you say, Buzz is on a flank, but it's just the classic in hand. Swings out.
Wah,
everyone's
gila.
right there,
Udah nggak bisa
ready,
apa sih,
waiting for him. He gets cut off guard, and now the pivot play comes through. Teleporter taken. There's a late lurk from Chichu, still sticking around over on that B side of the map. Finds a kill. Sylvan going to be eliminated.
Cakep banget Meteor.
One with a sheriff.
Lagi,
Wild. Gets himself a 3rd. Chichu now just does not have the time. It's a question of does he take someone with him? He does.
Udah
Meteor will
ngumpet.
fall, but T1
Nice.
will be victorious in the round. A MasterCard thrifty
Meteor.
reestablish a lead.
When you need someone to come online for T1, Meteor, the lone player on T1 to lift a global trophy, is going to be the one to bring you over the line.
Jaraknya jauh
I
banget.
can't believe Sylvan gets away with that. That was such a nice paint shell. Slams right on top of the box.
Buy a lottery ticket.
He is, look, sometimes better lucky than good. Sylvan's had a few of those, but he's still, that ace was nasty. Got to give him that. That's a nice round. That might be the impetus here for T1. Start doing some more damage. They're going to invest in the operator for Buzz. A couple big ultimates available. Steel Guard and Orbital Strike. No command. This is one of those rounds we'd like to use some of those ults, really secure this win. Keep those cycles good. And up close and personal. Sylvan.
Tebak gak sih?
Really readable. Seen T1 get punished in that position, but it's good cover fire. Back Kong off.
Safe for the moment. Stealth drone going to be able to spot out one. Buzz forced away. Off check going wide. Backs off the truck. Met with a flash. Now is going to be safe.
It's a bot.
Call coming through, and Kong nails.
It's a bot.
Call coming through. Nails the headshot. Absolutely devastating. Sylvan here to try to hold the line. The molly The orbital all available to him, sends it close here on the side, trying to keep himself protected. Up and over the top goes nobody, and now he will get taken down. Sylvan through that. He's managed to get a little bit of damage dealt, but cannot find further eliminations. 3v3, the push out, meteor. Cannot get the transfer. Gets the first. 0 point. Tells them what they want to know. A player over towards Garden stacks. On the floor, Buzz needing to hit it. Doesn't find it. Swaps the weaponry. Opting to try to go for this res. Orbital strike now. Showing that he has to abandon his teammate on the floor. 25 health remaining. He knows the corner. He knows where he's at, but he needs to find the kill, and he cannot. Smoggy with 31 HP. Pulls off a Red Bull clutch to keep us tied up.
This is a brutal round for T1. Buzz whiffing some of those op shots, uncharacteristic for him.
Biasanya Buzz kalau megang OP jago anjir.
This opening kill from Kong, absolutely ridiculous. Everybody had moved to the other side of the map for T1. I just don't think Izu was quite mentally prepared. He got caught jiggle peeking. But even still, they made so much noise on the other side of the map. All of T1 was over there. So the rotations getting back over to try to deny the B-side plant were late. And even though it turned scrappy, they're able to find some kills. EDG able to get into that post plant with that big ultimate. And for T1, you invested 2 of your own and you weren't able to come through with the win. That is devastating. Now you're back onto an eco buy. Still have the Steel Garden, but EDG is just too strong.
It's waiting with smoke to be cycled back through there from Sylvan. Once again, on this B side, pushes forward, and my God, the flick! Picks on Kong, but Sylvan going to be taken out at the same time. Nobody late linger. Strikes, he finds the catch. Buzz similarly here. Pushes forward out of the smoke, and mows down 2 with a bucky. T1 looking to get themselves another thrifty win. Smoggy dancing around the shots, stays alive, showstopper. From Buzz will find the kill. Smoggy at 40 HP. And he get the clutch. Comes back behind the wall to Hawk, not getting the reveal. Izu repositioning, and Buzz out into the open finds it. Another MasterCard.
Gila, Buzz.
Another narrow lead for T1.
A nice redemption round here for Buzz. A little bit shaky with the operator. This goal with the bucky, finding 2 big kills, able to upgrade, get the showstopper available. That is a flick and a half from Meteor. Goodness. Nice little trick play here from nobody. Catches Sylvan completely off guard. This is Buzz's round. Yeah, very, very good. Still have Steel Garden. Both teams actually have Steel Gardens available. A lot of util being dumped. Kong's gonna go in.
He's just sending it here, chasing the salvos. Steel Garden looking to take their weapons away. Buzz able to go ahead and tuck back the blast packs, keeps himself safe. Keeps that weapon in hand.
See a little bit more to keep them from planting, but it doesn't seem like T1 in a position to do so just yet.
Interrupt is there. Ooh, volley through. Max just sending the pop flash forward in towards Showers. Wants to take this fight, but it's Chichu on the opposite side. Potentially a gun. We'll hear for him as Buzz also similarly will get taken down. Chichu is just enough.
Chichu orang gila dah.
As EDG do to T1 what T1 just did to them. Their own thrifty teed up. As Izu on the peak. Makes eye contact with Chichu and wisely backs away.
You just can't give them these 1v1s. You just cannot. They're too good. And it's just Chichu, man. What else do you say? He's right now the best player in this lobby. It feels like him and Kong for sure. Absolutely just frying. You could hit shots like that. I mean, that's the second time we've seen him be able to use the arc rose to find a free kill. Because the player has to turn the flash and they have no backup. We saw it with Buzz earlier when he was in Showers. Now you're seeing it here again. A little bit deeper in the position, but still It's brutal. You just can't give them those moments, and the coordination just seems to be lacking for T1. They don't seem like they're able to back each other up. They're not on the same page. There's so much confidence to push those angles one by one, and Chichu's just punishing it. Goodness, that's
What's happening with just the Sheriffs in showers? Something's different in the water here today. But another MasterCard thrifty. Monster should be happy here today as we're going to have a timeout call from T1. 4-4.
Fuck.
Eating better success here on this map, on this half.
It'd be interesting to see what they want to do. I mean, I think they had a great read on that round. They just 1v1'd in the showers and lost every time. You can't be taking those gambles against EDG. They're too good for that. And let's see if T1 shore up the comms, shore up the teamwork. Can't afford to give any more of those away. EDG is too sharp today.
14-7-5 here from Chichu. I mean, look, we know he's a big Nats fan. We saw what Nats did on this map. Chichu doing his damnedest to try to replicate. Might not be a Viper, but he's looking clean on that Vice.
You just feel like he's good for it. Every time, he's just in the zone. One away from the Armageddon there. There's nobody. One away from a showstopper for Kong Kong. T1, it's a little bit ahead of the long B.
Oh,
but they read it off the back of that smoke. They know that T1 wants to deny the orb, and they punish it.
Line check. Kong Kong just faces forward out from hookah. Media take it down. Salvo's now flying through. Just get flashed there for a brief little moment. Easy on the peak. Able to put it down low on HP, but cannot find that kill. Buzz trying to straight across through the hall, but he ends up meeting a similar fate. And in the blink of an eye, it's just stacks left remaining, still rotating. As EDG look to get this lead from themselves. Potentially flawless fashion. They know exactly where he's at. They have it triple stacked here through the smoke, and there is no hope in hell. Flawless is confirmed as EDG gain the lead 5-4.
Oh, no more thrifties. Very clean for EDG here. Just dissecting T1 piece by piece. There's always just one player. EDG, those long-range rifles, able to win out those trades towards the hall. Easy peasy. T1 though, has to go up against some fearsome ults in this one. No command, Armageddon, showstopper. Just a steel guard into their own. Try to deny. Make an aggressive play towards showers, but both devices really getting aggro on that. Sort of a little bit of peacocking there from T1.
Set down here from Simon. Buzz looking for a time. He drops down, gets the transfer on the two. Smoggy answers him back. But now it's just Chichu on his lonesome. Good for these all day long. Can he deliver in this moment? Or is the call just a save? Simon will bleed out. Or at least look to reroute the Prowler, expiring before it gets the tag. Looks like even Chichu will have to back down from this one.
Play for another kill here or there. Know the economic situation T1 is in is dire. Find a way to use this 40 seconds, scoop up another kill or two, or who knows with Chichu, all three. Hopefully be a backbreaker for T1, because T1 really needs to keep all of these guns into the next round.
30 seconds left.
Closer. Strike a spot out there on the one. Looks like Izu maybe catching a glimpse. 15 seconds. Absolute miracle. He pull it off. Looks like he'll get dropped down and attempt to get into the teleporter. Sylvan will go ahead and collect. Now 2 away from that orbital strike. T1 keep it neck and neck.
If T1 can get the reads, we saw this in the pistol round where they kind of hide in some smokes, wait out the execute, and then they all just spring into action together. They body EDG out of this round. But they need to have those right reads. I mean, Buzz is still laughing, he's still having a good time. And it's going to be a timeout from EDG now.
Timeout EDG. Wow.
Google doesn't like what's going on. I think, I don't know. I mean, I get it. If you feel like you can actually take these last 2 rounds and...
Probably want to stop this back and forth.
Yeah.
Seeing more rounds to be played out in the half. An opportunity still for the team to have that strong lead in the 7-5. EDG, even though this isn't their side selection, probably still don't want to be going into that second half tied up at 66.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if this is something simple, like, let's reestablish hookah control, let's go B. Like, let's not fall for these traps that they've got with the Vice util at A.
A looks weak.
A looks
Perhaps. Perhaps that's as simple as the call could be. But they have some very critical ultimates, just about ready to cycle up.
Yep.
2 rounds to try to utilize them. Showstopper, first and foremost, is their Smoggy. 1 away from having that orbital strike. Chichu, given how he's been fragging, given the space that they've been able to attain, should be able to get Silgar.
Hong Kong's got the op. He's going to try to lock down Showers. Meteors. Then, he's had some troubles there, we'll say that. He's had a couple wins, but a couple losses. Guy who you really need to rely on for that flank control. Sets up the wall and dips. You're kind of anticipating that this could be a B hit.
Beginning. Snacks already joining in on the side of the map. Rotation considered there for Meteor as well. Will linger back in that A heaven position. Or grab for Smoggy. Orbital is online.
It's going to force them to kind of spread out a bit on that B site. In fact, Sylvan's going on alert. It's nobody here again.
Reads it.
Udah nggak kejebak 2 kali Sylvan. Pikir 2 kali gua kena kayak gitu kata Sylvan.
However, still looking like they want to try to carry on forward in towards this B site.
Cicu MVP ya. Cicu top frag anjir. Nyala soalnya. Cakep banget Sylvan.
Not going to be able to win it out. Sylvan keeping this lockdown.
Maafkan gue Sylvan karena telah mempertanyakan keberadaan Carpe.
This B site unassailable for EDG. Using that molly to delay even further. Really, really nice control.
Looks like it's just going to be the clock waited out here from EDG.
10 seconds left.
These last few seconds, just going to try to storm their way in. Simon will be able to find
one.
It's a couple seconds too late. The round will end up going the way of T1 here. Just wait them out.
75 bisa ini.
Picks them apart.
Enggak ding.
You know, I thought this game was going to be a lot more scrappy, a lot more explosive Achilleos. Yeah. It mostly has
been some bizarre patience in these last couple rounds here.
This isn't my Asian Valorant.
Looks like it's going to continue. All things considered, I don't know if you actually confirmed the operator there from Kankan. Might have had a strong suspicion, but never rang out a shot, so.
Maybe one towards Hookah.
Meteor. Top frag. Gue kira Sylvan.
Memory not serving me well in this moment, but a couple ults on both sides. Orbital strike, still garden, still for Meteor. My man, use that ult. It's pretty good.
Given the ults available, tells me this final round of the half likely to start getting chaotic, to start getting scrappy. Slow creep up Izu. Yep, they're on corner in Kankan.
Wow, Izu. Yes, sir. Mantep banget. Itu OP Kangkang bahaya loh.
That Vandal. Looks to be set. Sylvan waiting to greet them here. Opens up the red carpet.
Yeah. Nice. Nice banget Izu. Get your ass, bro. Get your shit. Get your shit, bro.
Tap the plant. Interrupted. Steel guard now
going
to be set.
Arsenal.
Look at TP play here for the side of EDG.
Tepe guys, tepe guys.
Both rotations can now begin. It's going to be
ya, kejebak. Cicu kejebak.
Simon has to slowly step over them. Using more
nah,
and more
set.
Meteor out from heaven, able to find a timing.
Spike down A.
Chichu now once again asked to do it all. Trying to get a 1v3 victory here.
Here comes Buzz.
You get EDG tied up, but like you say, Buzz coming in around the back. Chichu Gives it a thought for a brief little moment, but once again, the time is just not on their side. Buzz arrives, strikes, and T1 close out the half 7-5.
What a nice round with the Vice util from Meteor to make this completely impossible for EDG. But guys, the second half of Bind is just around the corner, and we've got a map for you.
Izu kacau ya. Red Bull give you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings. Butuh energi yang nyegerin? Di Torpedo Land kamu bisa semangat terus. Ini rahasianya. Torpedo XL.
All right, we are back and about to go into the second half here on Bind. T1, a narrow lead, 7-5. Got their first pistol win of this series. The start of this map. They can find this second one here on Bind, perhaps. That will just be the stage set to go to Pearl.
And certainly that's something that T1 would love. I mean, of course, going to the third map, but it being Pearl, a map they are undefeated on this year, 3-0 so far on Pearl, would certainly be something they are looking forward to. Still have to get through a defensive half from EDG. We're going to see a lot of that combo. Util, Teho, KO, the Vice. There's so much stall that EDG can bring out. Have to be really decisive as T1. They started to get there. They started to really pick up the pace. They started to really work together a lot better as that half went on. You need a lot more of that.
Not ready yet.
Just trying to slowly suss out these positions.
0 points about to land right on top of them. Clear not going to happen in time. And that tells all. Choo-choo swinging out. Back box is able to find one. Smoggy holds down Showers. Trading Meteor. EDG in with an advantage. Izu trying to stick for this. Down to 34 HP. Does manage to get the spike planted. Swing out from Buzz. Wins the fight. 3v3's Kong.
Timing.
Narrowly missed. Buzz not identifying it quite just yet, but still gets the dink. The sprayed out.
Buzz, kiri lu Buzz.
Finds that elimination. Another ping shell now going to be built up. Buzz just tucks here into the corner. Stun coming through. They want to flush him out, but Buzz still to find them both. The ghosted hand gets the 4K. Gets T1 their second pistol of the map.
Oh my, Buzz! That is not fair. That's so well drawn up here by EDG to send both players through U-Haul again to try to re-clear that space. And they use the 0 point back towards the spawn area. And then they use the salvos in the cubby to flush him out, and the concuss as well. And it hits, and it still doesn't matter. Buzz just outplays them. I mean, that's, look, it happens.
See a smile there from Muggle. Yeah. What more can you do? Now over halfway towards having that showstopper online. Meteor applies some pressure and find an opening here towards Hookah. And he will be able to do so. Smoggy going to be taken down. Kong, however, on a deep flank. Super's able to find one. Nobody getting another. Buzz still alive. Playing here on elevation.
Bisa sih.
Spot anything out, but already this round.
Yuk, gas.
Fairly rough for T1. 3v3, no weapons surrendered over quite just yet. They try to play this out as cleanly as they can.
Nice.
Sylvan will identify and shut down the flank. Buzz finds nobody. Chichu.
Jangan sampai kalah round ini sumpah. Gue tau Chichu gila tapi.
Position the paint shells to shove him back even further. Just end up having to play for some exits here. See if he can tap them down at range. Buzz wanting to get that last charge, wanting to go into the bonus with that showstopper online, and he will. 9 to 5. With a day at the office here for T1 as they close out the anti-E Cup.
That's a cool idea from EDG, the teleporter crunch play. And Kong is already in market, hello. And it, gets him a couple big kills. Not able to do any further damage. Sylvan here, that is such an important battle that he wins that. If he doesn't, it'd be a very, very different round. That's a big angle to control. He does it nicely. Okay.
Sorry.
Very, very different round. That's a big angle to control. He does it nicely.
Kasihan.
Decided T1, using your 2 rifles. A little bit of clearing with you, Till. So there's a couple guns over here.
What's that though? EDG. Nobody this time, not going to be allowing for Meteor to gain access.
And Sylvan's not there to trade. Not that he might have been able to, but it's a little bit late. So it's a free pick. Stacks, Buzz, gonna try to clear out nobody.
Getting closer and closer. It's a decent amount of damage, down to 60 HP. That pinch out from Hookah, however, still not coming through. They don't know that it's just open.
He's got so much stall. He's able to buy time for these rotations. Easy one, a really late lurk in showers, and they're going to use that to TP.
It's just going to be the entry. Yeah, the TP comes over their way. Showstopper. Just check out the rest of the site. Bonks his head on the entry, the blast packs, but Buzz swinging the corner.
Dapat
Does get the rocket through. A 1-to-1 trade on that front, but player advantage here for the side of EDG. Nation still needing to come through from nobody, making his way across from that B site. Confirms no one forward there in showers. Dax confirms no one forward, trying to push up here in towards Lamb, but as he swings out, getting flushed into the open, he's able to find one. Izu striking, finds nobody. Now, the 2v2, the time starting to take away the molly. Sent to further delay. Sylvan just stuck here around the corner, playing quietly, putting Simon down to 13 HP, finding the kill. Smoggy only find the one. He cannot get this round win. T1 will convert their bonus to get to double digits.
Oh, I'm loving the depth of the playbook here for T1. After all that early attention they created at showers, Izu with tremendous patience to just wait there. Things don't go so good on the other side of the map, so he says, guys, it's open, take the TP, let's go. They're able to get into these post plays. Lock down you all with 2 different players. Sylvan with the deep lurk. He was checking market really early to make sure there wasn't an early flank from EDG. Had that molly in hand for the post plant. That is a really well thought out and set up round for T1. They're 5 rounds up on EDG on Vine.
Now they're going to start digging deep themselves. Find that drive that they had in the first map at the beginning of this one when they were just going blow for blow against T1.
See some of that wind has gone out of the sails.
Radiant puts the cubby. Kong not going to be cleared out. Finds the first, the wall, staves off the rest of the push, and that's going to be a weapon hand delivered here into Kong's hands. Meteor quickly removes it. Wrenches it from his grasp. Flash up for it out of the smoke. Izu able to find one. Smoggy just the singular kill.
I love you guys. Fuck. Padahal juga jago sih T1 awan lah. Pasti T1 Izu pakai Yoru.
Likely see if he can try to do some damage. 2
Izu
charges
harus pakai
away.
Yoru sih kalau Pearl.
Having that ult online. We'll definitely give it to him. Round victory right now at this point just doesn't seem likely. Stacks able to go ahead, avoid all these strafes out to safety. Meteor with 3 helps get T1 up to 11.
That's 7 in a row now for T1. They are starting to streak. They are starting to do to EDG what EDG did to them at the beginning of this. It's a rough entry for Buzz. The wall cuts off the rest of his team. They're quick to come out. They're quick to burst. The flood is nice. They just work together, knock players down. This is what T1 needs.
Wah, keren banget mereka tuh kayak ngintip bareng.
As long as you're together, you can get it to go your way.
Satu nengok kiri, satu nengok kanan.
That's going to be another timeout here from EDG. Need to find a way to get back into this.
Second and final of this map. Taking a glimpse here, looking like that operator about to come online here from Kong Kong. First opportunity, realistically for him. Gonna have that impact from this defending side, but fear that if they go forward with this, it's gonna be glass cannon. Doesn't have any money behind to try to get himself some shields.
It would be the most Kong Kong thing to do. And that is, you know what, I trust him to do plays like that.
Sure.
Absolutely. And he's so good with that operator. No one's really shown that they're going to be able to contest the sniper battle from T1 today. So you might as well lean into it. You're down this far, you might as well give it a go. Get this round to go, you're able to get the economy stabilized a little bit, potentially. See if you can run things back. You can see they're going to have to squeeze out a Guardian instead. A full rifle for Smoggy. That steel Guardian available as well. It's just about dodging that off as T1, and you might not expect it here, given the economic situation that EDG was in. So could catch him off guard. Nobody be pressuring long B. Instead, was Sylvan. Good flash. It's going to shut down nobody. And there's Kong Kong though, gets his pick.
Finds one. Dead. Chichu forced away here from Showers. T1 continuing to try to push up, and eventually they will just be able to overwhelm him. Right now broken open, and Smoggy drifting across the paint shells.
Nice banget, nice banget, nice banget.
Put that weapon to use. He falls to the wayside. The showstopper popped here from Kong Kong. Sees one, sends it. Meteor going to be taken down. It's the operator back in the hand. Shells for further delay. Stacks the back off. Izu steadying. Recovers from the flash, finds the kill, says, yep, you guys go on.
Kena, Izu, itip, Izu.
I'm gonna try to handle this fight myself. Stuck into a corner. Kong Kong pushing for it, Snappy with a right click, does manage to find it. But at the end of the day, just gotta try to save this weapon. That spike will erupt. T1 will get themselves up to map point.
A chaotic round. Everything going on over at B, and all of a sudden T1 is just exploding through towards A. A smoke comes down in front of Showers, and Meteor's able to find the kill. Buzz
on the lurk, and he finds it.
Ambil OP-nya. Oh enggak.
Nothing recovered.
Gue kira Bas mau main OP aja.
T1.
Wah udah menang ini, menang. Mereka miskin, cok. EDG lihat nih. Ekonominya berantakan banget pasti gara-gara Kong Kong BOP.
Again, it's a nice setup on the B side. The A side just gets absolutely smothered, and Izu somehow wins that battle against Simon. That was crucial. Give them the opportunity to go for the rotate. Simon knows he dropped the ball a bit there. It's going to be 2 Guardians, a rifle, a Bulldog, a Judge. Kong Kong going to be the one with the Vandal. A lot of work to do. T1 though, showing a little bit of presence over towards B. There's a lot of players stacked here. Pretty sure Judge is over here and Hookah as well, so gotta root this out. Gotta be slow, gotta be methodical as T1.
Blast back up in towards the side, but Chichu out on a flank angle, able to find one, finds 2. As he peeks back in towards Hookah, now that Judge rings out. It's a rude awakening for T1.
Legit mereka banyak sih, nggak perlu nge-save. Main aja.
Well, Command still pulsing for a brief little moment there, but now expiring. V3 noise made. The Armageddon online could just be called in. Sylvan on the peak, able to find 1. Playing this patiently, Sylvan trying to take some space, knows that if he can get rid of the flanker, he's going to be in a good spot, and now Simon's just being overwhelmed and picked apart. Sylvan held back here for the moment by the salvos. Kong Kong out of Hookah, able to find 1. They roll out the red carpet, but it's not needed. Kong Kong will take him down. EDG holding on.
Si menang loh, mereka force buy sih.
That's just Just a great opening win for Chichu with that Guardian. Really makes it a lot more difficult for T1 to get through cleanly. A bunch of trades over here in Hookah. Good. I think it was a flash from Simon. Some piece of util gave him a couple assists in that fight. Izu looked like he was blinded up a little bit. Regardless. Now EDG is coming into an ult cycle of their own. Orbital Strike, no command, Steel Garden. Have the Nightfall and the Orbital Strike for the side of T1. EDG here to extend this map a little bit more. They can kind of do to T1. T1 did to them on split. Run some rounds through, wear them down just a little bit. Just a spot on Izu over into the showers. Try to double swing him.
Backs away, mostly unscathed. No amounts of damage taken. Very fortunate to get out with his life.
Smart by Izu. I mean, it's almost always at least two from EDG that you're going to be squaring up against, unless it's Chichu. They're so good at coordinating.
Again, when put on a pedestal, going to be asked to deliver some heroics. Lone anchor on this site. Rotation's starting to come through, it seems, from nobody. Just don't stick around. There's a teleporter play here from them. Still guarded that already. Chichu, quite a bit of damage there, nearly gets cooked, but just keep himself alive for the moment. TP, Nightfall around the back. Kong going to be deafened here as Meteor repositions. Good old command coming in to push forward. Sprays through despite the flash. He's still able to find one. Simon going to be put down. Izu now having to backpedal. So very low. Oh, still finding 2 kills. Smoggy now with everything to do. His last teammate far too distant. 13-6. T1. They reply on bind. They get that win.
Unbelievable. Both teams just dominating on their opponent's map pick. Crazy stuff we're seeing here.
Map 3 is on the horizon, and who knows which way it's gonna go. There's only one way to find out, though, and that's to stay tuned.
Whoa! 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 Let's go, boys! Sit!
Bisa. Alpenliebe Eclairs, permen coklat pas di kantong. Alpenliebe Eclairs, nikmatnya permen coklat kaya rasa dibalut karamel lembut. Alpenliebe Eclairs.
Ingin punya dana tunai untuk pendidikan anakku tersayang.
AIA Inspire, asuransi jiwa tradisional yang kasih dana tunai hingga usia 99 tahun.
안녕하세요. T1 발로란트 팀에서 활동하고 있는 이주 함우주라고 합니다. 난 같은 퍼시픽 팀을 좀 국제 대회에서 탈락시킨 거라 좀 복잡하긴 한데 그래도 여태껏 못 이겨오던 상대를 좀 높은 무대에서 이길 수 있어서 너무 행복합니다. 일단 저희가 한 번도 못 이겨온 상대에게 이김으로써 저희가 점점 더 성장하고 있고 저희가 점점 더 잘해지고 있다는 것을 팀원들끼리도 더 확신할 수 있는 계기가 되고 이걸 이김으로써 저희도 더 분위기를 타고 다음 경기를 더 열심히 할 수 있는 그런 분위기가 만들어지는 것 같습니다. 일단 공수 전환이 되고 저희가 피스톨 라운드를 이긴 후에 라운드 격차가 좀 많이 나 있어서 제가 저희 IGL인 스택스한테 요루 분신 연기를 좀 해봐도 되겠냐라고 물었고 스택스가 3라운드 재활용 라운드니까 한번 해봐라 라고 해서 해보게 됐습니다.
Just he went for the fake clone play. He walked right past the Vice utility. That is unbelievable, Izu.
끝나고 피스 펌프를 할 때 DRX 선수들이 포옹해주면서 더 열심히 하고 꼭 우승하고 돌아와라 라는 말을 해줘서 그 말을 듣고 좀 더 열심히 해서 꼭 우승해야겠다는 마음이 들었습니다. 국제대회 첫 경기를 좀 힘들게 지게 되면서 좀 불안한 모습을 보여드려서 걱정이 많으셨을 거라고 생각하는데 저희가 응원을 듣고 힘내서 플레이오프까지 진출하게 될 수 있어서 너무 좋고 앞으로 남은 경기도 더 힘내서 이겨보도록 하겠습니다.
And that was Izu in his Omen player moment, and T1, of course, looking for some more amazing moments against the reigning world champions in EDG. They have forced the map 3 where it's happening, but something that I thought was really interesting as we were talking to Izu in that Omen player moment was him talking about the words that his compatriots were giving him as well coming into this one.
Yeah, clearly giving them confidence after that win. It had to feel good to finally take down DRX, and they really carried that confidence into this game as well.
Yeah, exactly. And to bring things back, I think that the way that they managed to close this last round of the half was determinant to them because I think that Izu is playing brilliantly, nothing compared to that first map. But actually, the way that Meteor has his utility down here in this side for this late moment of the round, it's a before and after for them. Not only his movement is perfect and is literally on time for it, but everything else seems to fall into place.
And they kept this going into the second half. T1 winning their bonus rounds here. Early, putting a priority on farming ultimate orbs for Buzz. He gets the opening kill, trading out there onto Chichu. And then, in a 3v4 situation where T1 is down numbers, I think they put on display some of that individualism to be able to come up with this round against EDG and convert this one into a win against the former world champs. Player caught out in the open there, but they still keep good positions, juggle their utility, put down the Brim Molly, and find these isolated duels. It's just so well played between the individual players of T1, and this is exactly the kind of plays that brought them that win that shocked everyone in the group stage against DRX.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing that I really liked about this match, and this map in particular, is the fact that even though we're seeing the KO versus KO, I love the effect that it's having on the players.
Yeah.
I know that we talk a lot about the Defo and how his cooldowns have been affecting, but I think that the usage from the KO on both of the teams was game-changing.
And my god, I mean, the confidence from these players. Buzz had an incredible map on the Rays. Same thing with Meteor. But what was so wild is that T1 was constantly in player-down situations. 11 rounds that game. They were in a 5v4 after EDG, or in a 4v5 after EDG got the opening pick. They still won half of them. That bonus round was one example, but T1 did such a great job in the mid-rounds with their team fighting of bringing back these disadvantaged rounds and winning that map.
Exactly, and in every single time that they were the ones having the advantage, they were able to convert all of them. And not only that, they were able to get both of the pistols from EDG, something that so far in this tournament, nobody has won.
A far cry from what we saw on map number 1, of course. And we're talking about Buzz. Well, that brings us to your HyperX Reflex moment of the day. This one, of course, going to the man himself here, willing this team across the finish line with his incredible Bucky plays. just landing those hits, and really has just been a highlight player for this squad when he needed them most in that map too.
Absolutely, because the first rounds, after I would say like 4, 5, 7, they were a little bit messy. The buys were not the best for the teams, but it also feels like they were comfortable in doing this. I know that we've been seeing a lot of rugby during this map, but they make it seem all worth it. And this is the kind of place and the kind of moments, the build of that trust, that momentum, that actually I am this good, I can perform even, you know, no matter the weaponry.
And I was worried about this team after what they showed in Pacific. I think looking a little bit rough, a little bit messy in some of their games. After making the decision to go back and forth on the swap between Carpe and Sylvan, but now everything is just clicking. And I'm gonna be honest, they are in an amazing position to actually close out this series and beat EDG. The last time they played Pearl, they looked really impeccable on that map with the double duelist Yoru Neon comp. They're undefeated this year on Pearl, and EDG was looking pretty shaky in that last map.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the historical stats there, right, Gen G, that last time they played kickoff, right, it got themselves a 13-8 finish, and hey, that is a big win for you without a doubt. But let's see what we're going to get out of the competition here.
Exactly, Meteor here playing the Killjoy, as we said, the only one that we've had in the tournament so far, them run into double duelists. But remember, EDG and that strength that they get on map number 3, remember what happened against G2 in Fracture.
This composition with the double duelist is very potent on defense. Watch how the two duelist players on T1 work together to move around, find different positions to anchor onto these sites. It's so good from them in their last game. People rated this team number 8 out of 8 going into this tournament. And GB, they're a map away from beating the world champs.
It's a true David versus Goliath. Map 3's underway. The winner moves on. The loser's got another chance, but oh boy, it's gonna sting. Take it away, boys.
Thank you very much. Mimi, if you want to talk about these rankings, I think you also have to call out that G2 left out of some of these top pro lists at this tournament. So there's been some silliness that has happened in the run-up here to Masters Bangkok, but here we are, map 3, Pearl.
Gila, 3-0, nggak pernah kalah berarti di Pearl.
They have not dropped it. G have also looked incredible here.
Yeah, absolutely. If T1 could find a pistol win, it'd be huge. EDG has been so good. They were 10-2 on pistols coming into that bind, and then they lost 2 in a row. Quick rotations. T1 trying to delay a little bit.
Narrow angle there from Isu. Couple taps.
Kakang sekarang.
Going to be taken down as Buzz. He's up lower. Is able to find him. First kill to try to start the retake here.
Doctor.
Doctor quite going to find contact there. Blue bolt sent in towards the hall.
Cakep banget, Bas. Gila.
Break a little bit faster. 2-player advantage now. Here for the side of T1 as they look to get themselves yet another pistol to spam, however, into the smoke. Meteor going to be taken down. They're looking for the body block here. Grab locking them in position, and Sylvan going down the rest of the views and being held.
Nice first round, bro.
T1
Tetapkan streak Pearlmu, kawan.
Grabwell from Sylvan. That was the round winner there.
Tetapkan streak Pearlmu, King. 4-0 King, let's go. Oh.
This is a great relay bolt as well to clear out that hall angle. Something he's so good at on this map. Simon there just spamming through the smoke. Knows that T1's going to try to stick it down. Able to body block to help out to make sure that they can get that.
Joget-joget gitu nih.
And now you're getting T1 pumped up. Have to be feeling good. Have to be feeling confident.
Harus confident aja.
Buzz, couple Bulldogs and a Spectre. Stacks just sticking with the Ghost. 4-1 split here for EDG. Clear of the Nano.
Yep, not going to want to peek into this one. Susses out that it's going to be the lion's share of the players from EDG. Pushing through hard. Space going to be given up. Plant can come through. EDG wants to get more. They want to take some space. Sylvan, however, able to find himself a third kill. Push up barrel stuff there by Simon. With the right click is
Gila. Gila, Bas.
Finds the kill. T1. 2 players down. Still able to close out the anti-eco.
T1 is playing this right now. One of the strengths of this comp, you know, the desk was talking about it, the way the duos can play off each other. Another thing you can do here is play flood retakes really nicely because you have so much ability to keep your opponents off balance. You have the Neon, you have the Yoru to get past some of their defensive lines. Things like that can cause a lot of problems. And Sylvan again holding his ground, being that side anchor that T1 needs. That is stylish from Buzz. Love to see it on that Neon. Now you go into the bonus. Pivotal round for EDG. Love to stack up on this attacker side. They love to just try to go at you. Just go for these big executes. They were doing it all the time against G2 until G2 could prove that they could stop it. Here with the gun advantage. EDG. Clear the turret. They're going to keep pressing forward. Thought maybe they might pause a bit. Nope. Full throttle.
Nano 7 Meteor is ready for this.
Apa? Ya 2. Kalau 2 sih bukannya nggak apa-apa ya.
Into their hands, EDG. Not wanting to allow for another bonus conversion. Something to achieve there on that bind. Very quickly online here for Simon. So here for the post play, Super comes into play. Sports Monty pulling down balls and finds the first Izu. Picked off, the Nightfall will go through. So to will these kills, just a singular casualty here as EDG get themselves on the board in round 3.
This time, T1 tries to deny the EDG push with just 2 players. Got shut down relatively quickly. Meteor there. Catch the 1 player who goes deep towards the hall, and the reveal from the haunt spots him out. Yeah, okay, Buzz did it to him earlier. Fair play there. Spam him through the smoke, whatever. That Nightfall did get invested, and that means that T1 is going to have that Cosmic Divide available potentially for a retake. They won't have to necessarily worry about that Nightfall. It's a potential counter to that. It'll be the op for Izu. On the B side behind the screens. Sylvan, bit of an island.
Flying out plenty. Max not too far away. Swinging back around his Meteor. So planted over towards Art. Got a boys here. Just start shifting their way across towards this B side. That op still laying in wait.
Got a read on a couple of the players. 2 pings came out. T1 is fully committed to this A defense, but that quite be the angle. TP out for Izu. 1 and done here. Smoke is going to go up though. See if they anticipate. Jump up on top of that box. Try the other angle.
Lagi berdoa ya. Wop.
Goes for the repeat, cannot find the shot. He's get tagged up to 31, but puts himself out towards safety. Cosmic Divide now going to be called in. Pause able to find one as nobody's going to be taken down over at Halls. Kong, however, starting to come online, finds 2, but sat down by Stacks. Similarly, it's dropped here by Chichu. Right now, able to be stuck. You're here around the corner. Simon taking that first fight, but Sylvan able to find the first. 1v1. Exactly where he's at, but needs to try to find
Kalau Meteor waktu lu banyak banget
swing. We play ring around the Rosie. Identifying each other, spotting it out in the fight. Backed away. Meteor needing to get himself over towards the spike. Taps in and chases is instantaneous with the headshot. EDG tie it 2-2.
Just beautiful stuff.
Bisa langsung pala anjir.
Working those angles around the hall so nicely. Izu there, able to take down the smokes, but couldn't find the second shot. A little bit of damage on the way out. Kong, quick to find those 2 entry frags. Sylvan trying to hold the line, can't do much. And then it's the Chichu show. It's been incredible in Kong.
Kangkang mukanya Taiwan.
Broken up. Available here from Kong.
Wow.
Down to 4 HP.
Di Sylvan belakang aja. Smoke lu masih berguna anjing.
This time, handling that EDG's not going to make any more rotations. They're going to lose out the first kill.
Wah, ini kalah sih. Unless
Sylvan does get a nice headshot. Overdrive going to be committed here by Buzz. Finds 1, but it's quickly shut down. With the value they're going to be looking for, but Meteor on the lurk. Backstabs. Recovers a weapon.
Oh!
He wins out on the fight.
Oh, here's the son of the
T1 are
police.
looking for another thrifty. Kong, however, other ideas. The plant being stuck in the swing, not coming through. Quick exit back into main. Vandal grab Izu, drifting across, and he hits one hell of a headshot. The last man standing gets the defuse, and T1 get another MasterCard thrifty to regain the lead.
Kamu lihat dia nembaknya gimana ya?
EDG fans shaking their heads. They've seen this too many times. EDG gives up these thrifties. MasterCard loves it. EDG fans not so much, but you're able to get some good value here. You get some good trades for the side of T1, and then Meteor's able to slip through these smokes right towards Art, bring a couple big kills and break things open. And what a snappy shot from Izu at the end to best Kong, who has been looking really sharp this one so far. Operator again for Izu. It's going to be a weaker buy for EDG. Are we going to trade thrifties again like we did on Vine? And this is a fast hit towards B.
What could happen? Dimensional drift escorts them forward. Spot out on the two. Fake out, goes through, swing onto the corner.
Gila.
He'll find that elimination, finds himself a second off screen. Simon doesn't get taken down, but nobody now. Starting to go crazy as he finds himself three.
Bisa kali Izu.
He's shut down. Izu just now makes his way over towards the site. Spike for the moment. There at Halls. Went in behind the box. It's the tap of it. He's just going to wait this out. So he still does have time on his side to try to recover the weapon here. Nobody drifting down just below him. Sends out a shot, not going to connect. Drops down, backstab. It's closer and closer as nobody is about to arrive, about to strike. Strike he does. We're just going to keep swinging back and forth.
Gak dapat OP.
We have tied at 3-3.
It's just incredible how good these teams are with weaker weapons. And this time T1 has to give up a lot of space. They were playing really far back on B. And that allows some of these close-range weapons to do some serious damage for EDG. And that Spectre, ridiculous from nobody.
Silvan main kayak gitu kagak ganggu pergerakan apa? Jaketnya.
Has the Armageddon online. We'd like to not use it in this round. We once again have T1 knocked back economically, but that hasn't meant too much here. Once again, Buzz, Bucky in hand. So on this B site right now, EDG very clustered up in this position.
But EDG is just toying with them. They show a little bit of presence over at A. It forces a ton of rotations from T1, and EDG has learned from their mistakes, from their previous anti-eco. So don't go at them because they're just going to rotate really quickly, try to stop us.
Sprinting position. Some time to play with here. Time. Blake lingered here from Simon, just holding back, trying to see any forward presence pushing out of Ace. Absolutely nothing.
Right on Izu.
Going to be sent here, and yet Izu pushes up into the smoke as he anticipates he will get cut down. Chichu able to find one, the Kong can find out, going to be in play. But trying to push them back, but he finds Meteor. The flash out, the jump peek, the Bucky finds him. Up and over.
Oh!
Buzz! How has he got two? Will finally be brought down. Recon not pinging out anything. Sheriff scooped up, 20 seconds remaining. The Haunt cleared the smoke, dissipating. Sylvan still fights back.
Satu lagi.
What a disgusting one. But EDG
Tapi bisa dapat loh dia.
still persevere in the round.
This is so back and forth. EDG really taking their time on this, but it took a little bit too long. That allowed T1 to get into position to contest this plant. Oh, he just saw a little bit of that. And Izu there because of that Armageddon. Not much he can do. This is beautiful stuff from Buzz. Using that neon mobility very nicely. Gets a little bit antsy there. Expects that they're going to try to replant quicker than they did. Scrappy trade at the end, but EDG, a little bit better guns, able to get through that one in the long run. back into the op.
Cakep Iju.
Trying to go for a setup now. Spear cut off. EDG twice about this approach through arc.
This is tough now. Lost that entry. Now you kind of have to just methodically clear your way through. The good news is you've opened up a lot of space towards B-Link. They anticipate Simon's position. Oh, Simon, great to react.
Does he expect another player? He's got the spike in hand. Chichu sort of watching here for this. Simon drifting.
Yes!
And guns down all three.
Nggak mungkin nobody clutch 1 lawan 3 kan? Apalagi mereka dapat spike. Nggak dong, nggak mungkin dong.
Spam down as he goes through the smokes. Such a difficult position to get through. Have to have one of the nastiest outplays we've seen so far.
Gonna be a little fade. Izu getting closer and closer here. The swing out, Sylvan.
Sylvan gila, lu astagfirullahaladzim.
Tie it at 4-4. What a round.
I love this little change up here from T1. A lot of times when it's Meteor out there like that in mid, he's on his own.
Cuma Sylvan.
And this time they double up. Sylvan goes with Meteor and it completely fools EDG. They are not anticipating that there's going to be another player going.
Mereka kira cuma satu, cowok.
Because so often it's just Meteor lurking on his own. That's a great little change up, a great on-the-fly adaptation from T1. And the fans back in Seoul starting to get into it. That's going to bring a timeout from EDG. Try to see if they can stabilize this attacker's side. There's been some great back and forths. But coaching staff didn't like something they saw in that previous round. Just maybe not the awareness, the diligence to make sure that those flanks are well and truly clear before you start making those moves.
They've done their homework. They know what to expect from T1 when they get to that attacking side.
Ayo, King Pearl nih. Gak ada yang pernah ngalahin mereka di Pro di 2025.
Go into that second half with as big of an advantage as they can possibly give. Right now, these teams are just squared up, just layering punch after punch into each other.
Love it.
Neither wanting to back down.
This is what I wanted out of this match. This is what I was expecting. Just brawly Valorant. And we're getting it. And I'll tell you what, you gotta love what you're seeing from Sylvan for T1. 15-7 right now. This is the player that you and I have been waiting for. You know, we saw him so good at WGS back in the day. And he's kind of been a journeyman for the last few years, but maybe now he's found his home on T1, and he certainly is showing up when they need him most.
Said after they qualified, getting themselves into that grand final, that kickoff, that he's going to do everything to get his position back, to be able to play at this event. Bold and stupid to say that he hasn't deserved it, and he hasn't earned it. Lockdown on a timing here for me to try to shove them back to Hunter's Fury as well. Opened up, just looking for a pick. Smoggy tagged up, taken down. As they have to try to flood forward. No detain to be found here. Cognitive Eye now going to be invested.
It's the third one, by the way.
3v2, the grab wall, just pulling Kong Kong in. Stopping him from trying to reinforce this position. The peak coming in, Sylvan. There again, but Chichu, how has he come away with two? Izu and Stacks both going to be taken down. This would be a monstrous round for EDG to try to get the win. Whoa! And with the stinger in hand, it is another MasterCard Thrifty as Chichu continues to work miracles.
Chichu ini apa ya?
It's unbelievable. Two of these rounds are just Chichu. 2 of the 5 that EDG has won. The guy is unstoppable.
How has he gotten these kills?
I don't know. Oh, no! Oh my God. He just knows.
In no way.
The crosshair placement. He doesn't need to see him. He just knows where to put it. That's unfair.
Kok champion kemarin bisa kangkang ya MVP ya?
You can say that about so many. Just in this series alone. He is the X factor.
Ini kalau mereka kalah lagi, mereka saving lagi nih.
More thrifties, please.
Beltron gets the spot out. Don't know that the Bucky is in play. The stun there on the corner. Bit of a minor whip there on the bounce. Sylvan leaking out. Being met with a flash. Prowling out. Starts the chase. 30 HP remaining. Kong inching forward. Finishes the job. Stacks Guardian shot. Using the final one. We are now on the floor, but Stacks revealed ping down. Take it down. Meteor strikes. He's able to find one. Scoops up a weapon. Bit more firepower now behind. Simon does well to find the headshot. Cosmic Divine now going to be called in. 2v2, the Dimensional Drift in play. Izu spotting them both out. Sends out the fake, the overdrive pop. Smoggy spotted here in the corners. He just gets run down. The sliding bus gonna find it.
Drifty lagi.
Not pull a rabbit out of his hat.
Drifty kan?
5-5. These teams are inseparable.
Haha, drifty lagi. Wah, ini miskin sih mereka.
looking like they've got the round one. And guess what? Another MasterCard thrifty, because why not? Great reveal on the haunt there. Nice throw from Simon, a good follow-up kill. But the Guardian, so good. Stacks hits one, Buzz picks it up, gets the ult. Izu not messing around this time, not going to give up another one. T1's coaches.
Gak mungkin kan thrifty lagi abis ini.
Go again. Certainly not.
Cicu punya senjata lagi.
Yes, but what about third?
Easy on a peek. Yeah. Gets Kong, gets out. Positions here behind the screen. This site. EDG are locked out of it.
Kang hilang.
Finding those opening kills, something they have been really struggling to do in this match. Even though they won bind, Des was talking about, they were losing in the first kill department. Getting those openers, really important for T1. Once they were able to find those, they were able to close out the rounds 100%. Now they need to, see if they can continue to do that. Armbot, they get a little bit of info. Meteor on an island on A though.
The strafe out. Spike now confirmed. Meteor looking for a little bit more. He's able to find Smoggy right before Chichu pushes in from main. Mildly opened up. Stacks. Oh, shifting around at Simon. It's one hell of a shot. Repositions trying to find that gun. Can't quite get them, but does get the spot out, but Buzz able to go ahead and hold his ground. Mows him down. T1 get themselves back into the lead. Last round to go.
Nice stand by Meteor. But it's Chichu again, who's just finding these phenomenal timing to step in and start finding value. Meteor doing what he can. Stack sends the dart to try to help. But Chichu was just one step ahead of that first ping. He's able to catch Meteor right in the ear. Fans here certainly being treated to a great map 3. One more round. Judge for Buzz.
Judge in hand, Izu not wanting to overstay his welcome. Jumps out, Dimensional Grip now. Trying to scout. Identifies two, still quite far away.
Hell nah, bro. What the fuck happened?
Paul moves across over towards that art side. Nothing going to be noted, nothing going to be spotted here, but what attempt to...
They have no idea.
A little bit of a fake here. The spike now starting to drift.
They're both second-guessing each other.
On a line, Armageddon. Going to be set, just strafing forward. Stops in his tracks, finds one. Nobody now held back. Weapon scooped up. The pinch getting ready to come through. It's Meteor out to the open. Oh, it's massacred as they swing the corner. Stacks able to find two. Tucks back, 10 HP remaining. Tries the challenge to the fight. Ends up falling to the wayside. Remaining. Tries the challenge to the fight. Ends up falling to the wayside. Comes down to Sylvan. Nobody low. The tap, the first found. He overstays on the angle though, and Smoggy is able to collect 6 and 6. We are tied up at the half.
This has just been such a treat to watch. Cannot wait for this second half.
Just insanity the whole way throughout. The Thrifties, the neck and neck pace. The back and forth between these teams has been something to behold. It might not be the cleanest Valorant you've ever seen, but it is damn entertaining. As we go into the half, we have a special someone standing by. Big T1 fan in his own right, and one of their former players will send it down to hear from Xcurate.
Xcurate?
สวัสดีครับ
Xcurate
โอ้สุดยอดเลยวันนี้นะครับผมเองก็มาอยู่กับแขกรับเชิญที่หลายคนอาจจะรู้จักนั่นเองนะครับ Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with T1 Xcurate สวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับ Amazing, amazing. You know, we only have half time, so let's get into the question. I want to know, how are you feeling with T1's performance right now?
I think I'm really happy because I was disappointed with the first map result, but they can come back and get their momentum back. So I really hope T1 can closing out and go to the final.
Awesome. สำหรับนะคำถามของผมนั่นก็สั้นๆเลยนะว่าตอนนี้คิดยังไงกับผลงานของ T1 อยู่นะครับผมซึ่งคำตอบของเขาก็เลยบอกว่าจากแบบแรกอาจจะไม่ค่อยดีใจเท่าไหร่นะครับผมแต่ว่าหลังๆมาก็รู้สึกว่าเริ่มทำใจได้เขาเริ่มกลับมาแล้วก็หวังว่าจะชนะครึ่งหลังได้เหมือนกันนะครับผม and for the next question it's gonna be a fast one you're here in Masters Bangkok you actually have some feeling you want to be up there
Every time I watch them offline like this I feel like I want to play again
เนี่ยก็บอกว่าก็ถามไปก่อนเลยนะครับว่ามีความรู้สึกไหมที่เรามาดูเนี่ยแล้วอยากกลับขึ้นไปเล่นเนี่ยเขาก็บอกว่าทุกครั้งที่ได้ดูเนี่ยโหอยากเล่นแน่นอน anyways yeah one last thing you want to say to the Thai fans or even the players out there
let's go T1
เฮ้ครับสำหรับตอนนี้นะครับผมเราก็หมดเวลาแล้วนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นนะฮะเดี๋ยวเรากลับไปดูในเกมดีกว่าครับ and for now that's it from us let's get back to Pearl
Let's get back to it indeed. 6-6, tied up. EDG started the series off having those clean pistol wins. The last 3 have gotten away from them.
Wah ini attacker harusnya gacor ya. Tapi mereka EDG sih defense banget harusnya ya dari ini.
Widely the entire story of their pistols and kickoff up until this point.
For sure. This is the side of the map.
Ya gagal.
This comp is really meant to do damage. They ran 5 in a row on the attack side against DRX to shut him out, and that's a great opener for Izu.
Kangkang lagi yang kena, gila. Kangkang sih abis ini lagi sial banget sih dia.
Really find that huge game taking over value, but Buzz sliding in towards dugout, able to find one. Smoggy going to be taken down, swaps over for the Ghost. 2-player advantage to T1. Chichu, nobody. Collected over towards the side of the map. Simon out into the open. We'll find that headshot, gets the kill, but it's taken down to 40 now. Middle way at 25 HP remaining. This shock dart does connect. On the strafe. Damage here through the wall. The haunt going to be cleared out. Simon trying to push forward. The salvo's now sent. Silva just trying to plant his feet, take the fight. Falls, but Meteor keeps them in with the advantage. Chichu here. Gun down.
Nice.
Meteor will find the finisher.
Wah, Kangkang kasihan banget coy dibantai-bantai Izu coy dari tadi. Kena OP. First break mulu aja Kangkang.
Fantastic entry by Buzz to clear out dugout. Really nice stuff. Then they're able to just plant their feet, get set up in these post-plant positions. This is a banger from Izu. Buzz there setting himself up nicely with his own relay bolt. Clear that space. Meteor hitting some good shots, but this crossfires galore. So that these T1 players are so good at executing these attack side hits. So brutal. EDG trying to get ahead of what T1's kind of default hit towards the B side is. You usually want to get right up to where the screen is, right in front of the B site. Throw down the fast lane, TP in. See, they're hiding Kangkang behind the pillar. You have to consider it. You have to consider it.
Kangkang still sat here.
Ay, timing. Tuh, Kangkang kasihan banget.
Swings the corner. Little do they know this B site is very open, free for the taking. Ooh, but so too is potentially this kill on a Meteor. Chichu. Nice little backstab of Sheriff. Upgrade.
That is not a gun you want to give Chichu.
Absolutely not.
Iya lagi Chichu megang Sheriff lagi. Biadab nih orang nih. Astagfirullahaladzim. Ini orang kalau udah megang sheriff kacau lihat nih.
Now confirms it.
I am not challenging that if I was.
Salvo's trying to push him out into the open here, but Izu able to find one spot.
Cakep banget, Bas.
Down the enemy, Yoru, but Buzz just tearing him limb for limb. A 3K, 3 players surviving. Weapons to be carried over. It's T1, move up by 2 rounds.
Yeah, T1 there, able to avert disaster. Kong Kong's hidden position. Tried to see if they could sneak by. Meteor there, caught on his lurk, so be it. Not the end of the world in the long run. Great patience there by Buzz not to challenge that Sheriff. Create that extra angle. Let his teammate deal with it when they are forced to make a move. So again, the coordination starting to come together for T1. They're starting to look better than what we saw in Split. Now EDG wants to make sure they don't get bonused. Don't let T1 run away with this map. It's going to be the wall this time, placed ahead. So that normal fast execute that T1 really likes to deliver on this B site. Could be a lot tougher to pull off. You could get the TP through, you can get Buzz through.
Amount of space here for Kong Kong. Himself slid in behind that box. Grenade main. Forward here. Get into this B site. Going from Stacks, trying to sell some further attention.
Like that a lot from Stacks. Keep him guessing. Gonna pedal back. I'm expecting that EDG is going to get aggressive. Haunt towards mid. Information gained off of it, other than that space was clear. Take that timing, try to re-clear it himself. Razorvines towards those one of the plant spots and towards the edge of Hall. Buzz likes to go that way.
Salvo's going to be sent through. Meteor arriving here at the connector, finds one, anticipates Smoggy's position as well. Can he win it out?
Wow, kebantai.
Takes him down. Slow and steady, the creep up, but EDG very swift to shut them out.
And the thing to notice here is EDG has really done their homework on these B-site hits, the way that T1 likes to set them up. They're putting Razorvines at both edges of the hall. They're using the wall to cut off access to the B-site. Because if you let Buzz and Izu scale into that site, they're going to tear you apart. It's going to be a TP right behind that box you see there on the right-hand side of your screen. And then Buzz swings around the other side. They use the smokes to cut off and Link. And then they just smother you out. Set up for the post plants.
Ini saatnya nggak sih Kang lagi down ini?
Really like to see that preparation. Now let's look over towards an A-site hit. Very important round for the economies of both of these teams.
Good play, same setup here from Kong Kong. Now we're going to start to back away. Not going to be coming through and takes a TP. That puts him back across the map over towards that B side.
That's balling it here. A couple players from EDG. It's going to be a TP over. Kong Kong reinforcing. They're reading this really nicely.
As well. Cut across. Himself into position. The star is starting to fly. Dark cleared out. TP forward slide to the back. Buzz, Izu get one apiece. Re-swing. Nobody able to go ahead and hold his ground.
Pasti mereka tahu kan ada orang di kanan.
Immense amount of damage. Down to 8. The shot, however, through the wall side. We get the wall back hit. Stacks gets eliminated. Player advantage still here for the side of T1. But by fairly narrow margins. Nobody to try to swing. He's good for one, but Izu and Meteor clean up the rest. And they keep T1 a 2-round advantage.
You can see how fearsome this T1 composition is. Even when you've got the read as EDG, you've got everybody leaning in, other than Chichu, to defend this. Even nobody's Teho was sliding onto this A site, and you still can't shut it down because the executes are just so clean. The nanos, the relay bolts, the flashes from Izu.
Not from Izu though.
He is.
Curving him around that fake out wanted style.
Man's out there playing gun to top.
Gak peduli cok pick gua bener atau kagak, yang penting ini T1 menang cok.
Good exit there from Kong Kong. The overdrive comes through. T1 wanting to up the pace here against the eco attempt. Simon going to be the first to fall. Dancing around the smokes. Kong Kong does get a nice shot. Buzz going to be taken down. Smoggy lingering here inside of the smoke. Tries to go for a timing. Ends up falling to the wayside.
Sylvan lagi berdoa tuh.
Judge scooped up Kong's hands. That could be devastating. Still has the sheriff, but he will lose his life. Sylvan.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Gets the transition. 3 in the round, the last 2. Gorgeous shots.
Oh my god. This is it kah?
T1.
This is it kah?
Now up to 10 round wins, double digits.
This is it kah?
Closing out this series. EDG needing to rally back.
And I love the pressure that T1 is creating here. We haven't seen it on these 8 hits, where they're getting really deep back towards the secret area, back towards their spawn. And Buzz pushes that space, and that gives them a ton of information, room to breathe.
They're getting jazzed up, and they have every right to be. EDG needing to silence the opposite side of the stage.
Oh my god, this is it kah?
Get some fire beneath them.
Simon.
Sylvan might drop a 30 bomb on this one. He's got 23 kills. 20 for Chichu. Of course, he's just
T1 belum time out sama sekali loh.
for EDG, but the rest of the team not stepping up. Kong 7 and 16. That's hard to believe with how good he looked at the beginning of this match, which how good he looked on Split. I would have believed you if you told me he was going 7 and 16 on Pearl.
Somehow they've sussed it out, they figured it out. Trying to just break him apart, dismantle him. It's been working a treat for them. 1 point, Kong is 5-5 and 0. Plus 2 kills, plus 11 deaths. Know that he's one of these players that can just toggle that switch and get reactivated. And that's what needs to happen coming out of this timeout here for EDG.
He is him. We have seen it. He can do it. It's just will today be one of those days. Some ults to toy around with for EDG though. Armageddon and the Steel Garden. So if you can lure them in, I would assume that's what a little bit of this timeout is about, is, hey, give them a little bit more space potentially, and let's use that Steel Garden set up for the flood. See if we can catch them out of position. For the side of T1 though, you do have that dimensional drift, so you're going to be able to potentially identify where that vice is. If it's anywhere near the site that you're at, kind of think around it, work around it. Wouldn't be surprised if T1 thinks about diving into the B site well a little bit more. Where some of the really nasty executes are and where they can really set up some difficult post plants to deal with. Let's see exactly what everybody's thinking after this timeout. Cash is good for everybody to buy guns, at least in this round.
Yeah. Even that, those thrifties that were seeming like they were very reliable have not been really bubbling up to the surface. Here's some close calls. But EDG will find much just that anti-bonus round win so far here in the half. Needing to find a stronger foundation for these site holds. Stop T1 just busting down the door. Not sure what the issue is, but hopefully not too much longer before we get to this. I think we were doing pretty well so far. You and I in particular.
We had held on.
Didn't really have too many pumps to the brakes, but I guess it caught up with us. This game was way too fast-paced.
Yeah.
So it was inevitable that something would break down.
What a crowd we've got here today. Packed house here in Bangkok. Absolutely incredible, the energy that they've been bringing all throughout this event. And what a treat they're getting here this opening match. A lot of fans from both teams representing EDG and T1. Even get close enough to watch some of their players from the edge of the octagon. Whatever it is, the dodecahedron or whatever.
And I love that we have this now set up so the fans can just be right there, just below the players, watching the action, watching the reactions, and cheer them on. At a moment's notice, I'm being told that this should be getting underway very quickly. As the timer starting to tick down, so let's go ahead and refresh your memories in case you fell asleep during that 10-7 T1. 3 rounds away, closing out this series, sending the defending world champions to the lower bracket. EDG, a timeout call before the tech pause. What are the adjustments made?
That dimensional drift. Trying to identify, just sees a couple different players. TP now. Gonna clear that area as well.
That's the game, starting to run out of time. Tucks into the corner, the board's gonna be popped. Salvo's set to try to flush him out into the open, and it works to treat as nobody's able to find the headshot. Izu gets taken down. Chichu now. A little bit of a timing here. Steel guard is gonna be sent in. Nobody. Scouting across confirms that there's no one else here in the site for the moment.
Just delayed. Meteor causing a little bit of attention towards A. His clear of a prowler. He's got Kong Kong to rotate over to water. They're gonna rotate through, try to pinch onto this B site. Oh, Chichu!
Fantastic shot. Sylvan dead, Buzz. Dead on arrivals. He tries to get himself into the site.
Flawless kah?
They say absolutely not. EDG. They're trying to bring this one back. Stacks tries to make it a little bit more costly for one casualty. EDG. Now just 2 rounds separating.
Chichu just so aware, just so ready for the angles that T1 is trying to break in through. He's having none of it. Great flush out there. Identifying Izu stuck in that corner, nothing he can do with the Teho. Just lock him in. And they just start knocking players down. Great coordination, great timing. T1 trying to work the middle of the map a little bit. And it goes so well. Trying to see if they could not have to rely just on those executes. EDG able to shut it down nicely. Something that EDG does really well is works the middle of the map on their defender side. Against G2, they were so clean. They're able to spread. They're able to lock down these choke points. Make it so annoying, and that's a great shot from Kong Kong.
Lockdown is available. Stack's going to be eliminated for one player into the round that didn't have a weapon. Just the sheriff behind. Sliding in, Buzz. Distracted. Kicks the wrong target as Izu tries to get a little 180 flick. He's finding Simon here for the moment. Kong Kong, we're going to have to try to go for the reload. It's forced away for the moment. The Armageddon now going to be called in. Izu on a crossfire, able to find Chichu. Ian Sylvan, though, very committed positions versus 3. But the cross to the side, Sylvan covering fire, able to keep his teammate protected. Tap of the plant. Smoggy now, seen here on this art side. It's a stealth drone, it's trying to get that suppression across, and we'll be able to do so onto Sylvan.
Dipakai lagi teleporter.
Spike still out here in main. Sylvan needs to push his way forward.
Blink first.
Just cut noise. Zelda, there's a bit of rotation across towards that B side of the map, but EG wisely play it patiently. Quick reposition, but the salvo's not on the mark. Plan comes in. Just the stun left available. Smoggy finds the first. Sylvan going to be taken down. Izu now with everything to do it. Just 12 HP to try to do it. No idea where he was. He used the fake gate crash before. They have no clue if he's still in the site or if he's relocated elsewhere. Push getting ready to come through from Flowers. And on that swing out, nobody.
Tapi dia pakai ulti.
Target. Cosmic Defy does get burned. Still a bit off kilter here. A bit of an overcommitment from EDG. But more crucially, they get the round win.
You can see the pressure starting to get to these players a little bit. It's a really nice opener for Kong Kong. Put T1 down a man. Chichu, as always, so good for it. Just the tremendous patience to wait for that spike. And they're able to isolate the T1 players. Sylvan trying to cut off that art lurk from Smoggy. Not able to do so. Let's see what T1 can do as they're finally put down to a weaker buy for the first time.
Trying to go back to Thrifty Town. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Bucky, Hero, Vandal there in the hands of Meteor, otherwise Sheriffs. Meteor going to be spotted. No, it gives up the lurk. EDG, no. Meteor's that one guy. There's going to be a hero rifle. It's going to be in his hands. He's going to be the one to turn the round on its head. Takes it there from Kong Kong. Full send on the rotate comes through. T1. Get back over to the safe side.
Be rewarded potentially. Already another gate crash out from Kong Kong though. So he's going to be able to get over here quickly. Simon. The util potentially. Yeah. Gonna get the confirm.
Fowler to check. They're gonna kind of pound him down, but no relay bolt just to force him back away from the corner. Fast lane. The skates on the site. Get ready to try to go for the plant. Off from Kong, not falling for it. Flash onto the corner, and Izu guns down 2. Picks up the operator, takes an exit, says thank you very much.
Ada dimensional rift.
He's just absolutely robbed and blind. Hunter's Fury trying to call for it here, trying to track. Stacks frantically trying to line up the shot.
Nah, tapi
They jump back out over towards main Smoggy, however, down to a sliver. Chichu on a timing, pushing forward towards Art. Sylvan going to be gunned down. The counter swing from Meteor, not there. That's a window for Chichu to try to work off of.
Thrifty!
It's another MasterCard Thrifty. As T1 get up to 11. How do they keep getting away with these?
It's Izu again with a massive outplay as the Yoru. The pop flash catches 2, and he's good for both. Ridiculous. And then the Thief in the Night steals the operator, takes it out of their hands.
Dikit lagi.
Take the round.
Ayo bisa kalahin the champion. Persetan dengan pick'ems gua, gak peduli gua pick'ems gua kalah. Yang penting kalian menang, cok, T1.
Onto that B side, able to open up some space towards A. Get that plant down. And then I love it again, they're getting aggressive towards EDG's retakes, not letting them set up for those floods. A couple of rounds they've been able to do that. They have shut EDG out. We gotta bait this wall out though. This is something that really is gonna cause them problems. EDG's already leading ahead of it.
Sliding forward, Buzz gonna be put on the floor. Nobody. Sheriff shot to find it.
Chichu ini apa sih?
Continues to try to shove him back. Nobody finds another. Even further value found. As oh boy, we're back on this script, eh? Unless Meteor has something to say about it. Vandal recovered.
Jadi kalau lu patch, gue gak ngerti lagi sama lu.
That Phantom, but he's been spotted. He's been felled. Nebula only gonna last for so long. The turret forward out of this one. Quickly clear out.
Tahan, waktu lu masih banyak.
He gets repositioned here behind the screens. The reload
Aduh, Thrifty lagi.
Back to back MasterCard Thrifties once more. EDG just down by 1 round.
It's absolutely messy, but it's Chichu again with the Sheriff. No other gun needed. He might have more Sheriff kills than any other gun in this match. And Obity hits a really nice one too. But this is what I'm worried about here for T1. With that wall there, instead of baiting it out and maybe taking a pause, waiting for it, they just say, we're just gonna go ahead of it. They're on a weaker buy.
Akhirnya dipakai timeoutnya.
You can't play like that against EDG. They're too damn good. Have to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more diligent. Don't let EDG get into those positions where they can shut down those executes. Now T1, I think, has enough together to scrape together another buy. But you don't want to give any more opportunities to the defending world champions. They absolutely will capitalize. They've got some ults to be wary of. Simon has the Nightfall, Kong has the Dimensional Drift. So what does T1 want to do out of this timeout?
Nggak ada ulti lagi,
I gotta give EDG credit. They're doing a great job on this B site, really making the site that this composition is kind of designed to break through.
Wah, ini penentuan sih, match penentuan nih. Round penentuan, cok.
First timeout call here from T1. Still have one more in the back pocket. The scoreline so very tight-knit now. Dimensional Drift, the Nightfall, both available for the side of EDG. Ultimate still a world away for T1. Another similar call. A couple rounds ago, just that Sheriff is up.
Kok pause lagi?
Timer pause. Looks like we might have a little oopsie.
Anjay, tech pause.
Well, that's okay.
Hopefully something relatively close. So we can get back into this action. I heard an audible sigh from the audience as they saw the tech pause screen ring out. Frankly, I cannot blame them.
For sure. And with how intense this match has been, to have to wait any longer feels cruel. Just the anticipation of how good both of these teams are looking on Pearl. Neck and neck. And again, a map that T1 has yet to drop this year. EDG is on the brink of potentially sending them down to the lower bracket, sending themselves to another upper finals.
relaunch.
It's on the brink of, has yet to drop this year. EDG is on the brink of potentially sending them down to the lower bracket, of sending themselves to another upper finals.
A relaunch here for Stacks. Back in the lobby here quickly. Let's see. EDG can continue this if they
because they can keep hanging on even when their superstar Kong maybe isn't having his best map. And again, tons of EDG and T1 fans. Don't know who to root for? Yeah, me neither.
Tough call. T1. Experience they have had in internationals, it's never been great. They've always showed up, kind of just gotten bodied, and then sent packing back home.
Yeah.
Right now, with a win here, themselves slotted forward into another series in the upper bracket, in with a chance to try to lift the trophy.
And to prove the doubters wrong. Nobody is really thinking too highly of this T1 squad coming into this tournament. They looked a little messy during Pacific kickoff. Something to keep in mind. At Masters Tokyo, it was EDG who sent T1 packing. Yeah, T1 did win the opener against them. Remember that far back. But when it mattered the most, EDG was the team that stepped up. That was a very different looking T1 team, of course.
Come on, Stacks.
Get it together. You're the IGL. IGL that computer. Let's go.
Whip it into shape. Golden, we're very close, tantalizingly close to getting back into this game and seeing what the hell the rest of this map looks like. Do we just continue to have this pendulum swing, these back and forth rounds? Do we get more thrifties? Do we get an overtime? What's in the cards? I really don't know. I cannot wait to flip them over.
Oh. Already, after two very not close maps, finish out on Pro like this. Wouldn't have it any other way. Just making sure the mouse is all good to go. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know either. They're both so good. You know, a lot of the fans are going to be supporting either of these teams, no matter what happens the rest of the way. Representing Asia. No doubt about it that some fans definitely came from China here for EDG and T1, some fans from Korea. Fans from all over. Just trying to get Stacks ready.
Yeah, he's taking his damn time.
Yeah, I was going to throw something at him. Stacks, come on.
Well, we don't want you getting dragged out by security. I don't think they would understand. But audience doing well to keep themselves entertained. As the arena has been just absolutely phenomenal this whole tournament throughout, but now crowd expanded, the numbers growing. I'll be damn sure the next several days, especially that grand final, this place is going to be explosive.
Absolutely. This has already been a great day. And it only gets better. Still another amazing matchup coming up next. Vitality and G2. This one right here, already delivering today. As you would expect, these playoffs, all these teams so close in their skill levels, so close in their talent levels. Preparation, everything coming to fruition right now to try to secure a Masters trophy.
Lama ya take pause-nya.
I think we're getting very close. I swear.
We'll just have to wait until we actually see that timer start to tick down, but hopefully it'll be not too much longer. But I think I should take a moment just to say thank you, T1, because how this series had started,
yeah,
it looked like it was just going to be a complete wash.
It did.
It's going to come out and just be like, okay, EDG, GG,
yeah,
2-0.
Felt like it.
Good luck in the lower bracket. But my God, what a rally back. And what great performances from both of these teams to make this just a banger series.
Well, it just shows you how much experience there is on both sides of the stage, right? Like, both of these teams have players that have lifted trophies. Obviously, the whole of EDG has. And you have players, Stacks and Buzz, who have been close, who have come very close, who have been to so many international events, haven't been able to quite get there.
No, they don't have you on that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay. That's just the players. Let them have their moment. So maybe someone can make one just for me in Sideshow and GB.
That'd be good.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, good.
There was somebody
Show
who
some love to you guys.
There was someone who made one at Masters Tokyo, I remember. Why the dinosaur?
I have not seen.
Oh, because you're a Paper X fan. Oh, okay.
I haven't seen that meme in a while.
My friend, I have bad news for you.
Do you now?
I do.
Yeah, I see it.
I have bad news in multiple ways. First for that PRX fan, then for us.
Yep. This might end up being a little bit more extended than we had previously thought. So I think you're stuck with us on the podcast here for a little bit longer, it would seem.
Yeah.
Because everyone loves when casters just yap.
It's the best.
It's the favorite thing. People love that.
You want to talk about like the Thai food we've been eating and, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, it's been good.
Hot pow.
Yeah.
Goes crazy.
The goated.
For my money, best dish in the country. Fantastic, spicy, herbaceous.
Herbaceous.
Yes. So if anyone hasn't, I recommend you check that out. But I'm being told everything is taken care of. So now that we've really built up the tension,
ini dia saatnya.
let's drop these damn barriers.
Timeout kelamaan jangan inian ya, jangan berkurang performanya.
Rifles and a sheriff here for the side of T1.
Set up a crunch play towards mid. Couple players just doing a little bit of an explore towards long. Ash goes out. He's using that to clear. Oh, that Kong or somebody be lurking around that corner. Meanwhile, Buzz stomping around. Maybe bait out that star, whatever it is. The wall as well was there. That's what he was looking for. He found it.
Pop. Cluster up here towards this A side. Go up. Just here, along the corner.
Buzz getting a nasty relay bolt.
He's gonna slide in. He's gonna get absolutely destroyed. Smuggy able to find that headshot here as the crossfire set up from EDG. It's just too damn good.
Sakit malah gua ngeliatnya, cocok. Karena mereka saving dah. Mau gak mau harus saving, cok.
Too predictable here from T1. There's no confusion about this. EDG is ready for it the whole way. They don't expect them to be playing so aggressively right outside of that smoke. And they just shut it down and the crossfire set up. And Buzz's relay bolt is late for it. Wasn't expecting them to be that close. Gotta work the map here a little bit more. They tried to send a bit of a fake, but because the wall is there, EDG knows they have that duration of that wall before they need to start thinking about other parts of the map. And they just plant their feet.
T1 want to prevent EDG from getting up to match point. They're going to have to pull off another thrifty. Two Stingers, two Sheriffs. A Hero Vandal here in the hands of Meteor. EDG for now. Very spread across the map. Stealth drone leading the way. It's a ping out on the one.
Just Buzz. T1 has been kind of sending Buzz on some solo missions to try to sell fakes, but EDG not buying it this time. Committing one of their forces to this B site. This execute, if they commit on this, has to be immaculate.
Players clustered in position, Meteor. The orb grab does away from having that lockdown available. One for a re-explore cross towards mid.
Still has the drone, so we might send that down Art. Send a bit of a fake. See if you can at least keep an extra player planted over there. Here you go.
Mission punishable there on the stacks. Almost gets caught. Buzz on the entry, however, going to take it down. Chichu finding two.
Fuck!
Meteor falls to the wayside, and Chichu rips them to pieces. He said, "This is my site, my tournament, my round." And he gets EDG up to match point.
The freight train has arrived. 32 kills now for Chichu on EDG. All aboard because they want to go into that upper semis. 1 round away from doing it. Just was checked a little too late by Buzz. He turned right as he was getting shot out of the air. Just crazy. He's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Unbelievable.
Timeout terakhir kalinya, masih ada satu lagi kan lu time. Astaga, nggak dipakai.
You have to worry about Kong, the danger man.
The most thrifty, not found. Pressure here. On to Meteor. The swing off the Prowler. Absolutely nails him. The Thorns slowing up the approach. And everyone from EDG already in position. T1 are going to have to fight their way through this tooth and nail.
Gotta move off that stealth drone.
Kakak megang OP lagi.
It's just a great read on EDG's part.
Ultimate that they had available. Dead on the floor. Timing, a narrow miss. Stacks, about to do battle here against Simon. Simon steadies it! In the blink of an eye! EDG, take control! Sylvan's been sussed out, he's been found! Selva's at his feet! And nobody will close it! 13-11! The defending world champions will not go quietly into the night!
Absolutely incredible what they're able to come back and do here on Pearl. They looked like they might be down and out. T1 was starting to string rounds together. T1 won the attacker side pistol, and Chichu had enough. He shut them out of so many rounds. The Sheriff, the Vandal, it didn't matter what was in his hands. He was taking T1's heads, he was taking T1's names, and EDG is taking this match.
An incredible performance from both of these teams. Once again, great on T1.
Still.
Bruh.